started.
Yeah.
We started a while ago. We just didn't hit now live.
I'm gonna hit my live button in 3, 2, 1, click.
I need to.
Also, if my chat get bored, I can transition over to my co-working. I set up a co-working screen using Rusty's for like when I'm doing just chatting and things like that. So it is a bottom screen game while I'm talking shit.
That's fair.
Love Rusty's.
I'm pretty much just staying in my throne room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay on my my just chatting, peeking over the bottom of the screen that I typically use for TTRPG Jazz.
That works.
Okay, I gotta remember how I did this.
TTRPG Jazz is a freaking mouthful of a sentence. Hi everyone.
Yes. Hello. So we are.
Oh, wrong button.
Yeah, we have decided that Strixhaven, and this is why we're late.
Yeah, that's why we're late. Sorry.
Strixhaven was not going a good. Reason it wasn't going a good way is because the module just wasn't that strong, I think was the word. So we are pivoting. We are going to pivot. From Strixhaven into season ? At this point.
I actually did have a recommendation for that. At this point, I feel like we can just kind of abandon the season moniker. It's Dungeon Rollers. The Dungeon Rollers is the show. We don't need to give it season numbers or anything like that.
Fair enough. So we're going to pivot it into a session 0.
Indeed.
Now, for those who are new to Dungeons and Dragons, who might be joining us for the first time, welcome. It's nice to see you. A session 0 is basically where the players and DM get together and talk about the campaign coming up. Whether that is creating characters or it's creating the world. So we're going to be talking a lot of behind the scenes stuff today, which will lead into what I'm going to pretend is going to be the best thing I've ever created in my life. Also, you guys are down there again. Hello, everybody down there. Hello, chat.
We're beneath you.
No, you're actually over to the side of me, and then right now, Dietor is trying to stab Turtle.
Oh yeah, that's pretty rude, Dio. You should stop that.
Funny friend.
And I'm not even coming to defend myself. Damn.
I'm gonna use the same screen. I'm just gonna put Bunny Cam where the Strixhaven map.
Bunny Cam, activate.
Bunny Cam. Sorry.
So what the overall consensus of Strixhaven was it was too much RP, not enough stabby. Which is fine. That's kind of just the way this book was. So
it is not Anna's fault.
No. I'll even chime in here. Those of you who know me, hi. I have done a goddamn ton of D&D in my life. I went through some of the Strixhaven book. Obviously, I read a few spoilers, but I'm very good at separating in and out of character information, which Anna knows because of how many secrets I've kept over these 2 campaigns.
That's impressive.
Anytime.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Anytime I have questions about anything, immediately I'm like, Trip.
Yeah.
Would this be a good idea?
Of my existing D&D groups that I play with outside of Twitch, we're actually doing a module at the moment. I'm going to mention the module, not recommend the module because it's freaking level 11. 11's 11 through 20. But anyways, I went through the Strixhaven book, and as someone who has played sourcebook campaigns, went, what the frick is this mess of just it's not helpful for the DM. It's really kind of boring. The plot's predictable. It was not Anna's fault at all. The book needed some love, and it did not get it.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I should have done more research into the book anyway, because I was just looking for, this happens to have, a school in it. I'm going to use this.
I'll say the what's it the not the source book portion, the other portion, because Strixhaven adds both a source book and content. The new content that Strixhaven brought to 5e is great. The source book that came with it, not so much.
Yeah. So we're just moving on to the next one. So what
scribble out everything
plan
I
is-
have, including the fact that I blew up a science room.
Yeah, you
Now,
did.
honestly, that's one of the things was a nail in Strixhaven's coffin for me, which was the best thing that happened in the campaign so far was something going horribly wrong.
The best thing in the campaign so far was Dio blowing shit up.
Yes.
Which,
So-
if the best part of the campaign was a huge chunk of the source book stuff being stunted for a while because of a bad roll, that's not a good sign.
That wasn't even part of the source book.
No, I meant like the like preventing us from doing some of like the Twiddly
Oh yeah. I
research
got you.
crap. It like the fact that was kind of halted. I was like glad, and I'm like that's a problem.
Okay, so what's going to happen on this stream is and this is why we're 30 minutes late.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss what we're looking for as a group in the next season. I'm going to pull people into an individual conversation to see what they want, and pretty much the players are going to be designing their characters. And again, for those who are new to maybe dungeon mastering or to D&D in general, I'm going to take all that information over the next week and make it into a playable campaign.
Well, you have 2 weeks since I won't be there next week anymore.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me more time.
Yeah.
You're welcome, no problem. I will be on a plane.
Also, players, if you have not gone into Heavenly Messaging Service and clicked the link to join the new game, you are wrong.
Wow.
Damn.
I just
Only
clicked
Meek
it.
and I are here.
Well, I
Hello.
didn't.
I'm here
even
now, I'm
see
here.
it. I have so many tabs open.
Well done.
Mhm.
That's why I went to my throne room. Just like, screw it, I'm closing all this.
That's
out.
fair.
DRC.
I am going- Yeah. So what are we looking for in this next campaign? 1 second, actually. I can do something kind of cool here. All right. What are we looking for in the next campaign?
Ooh.
Campaign.
I-
Weapons.
More stab,
Fights.
more stabby, less.
More stabby, less RP.
Yeah, like there's always
Do
gonna be
not
some
type.
RP.
Do
Yeah.
not.
yeah, I was gonna say
Do
don't
not
type it
type
like
out RP.
Why? What am I missing?
it looks
It's
like a
kind of like
censored
a
word.
thing.
Yeah, I
More stabby, less.
Yeah, that works.
Wait, what?
What's wrong there, then?
I had my thing set up fine, and then Turtle's like reactive has just kind of gone away.
Oh?
yeah, sounds like a skill issue.
Oh, now it's
Definitely.
back.
Yeah,
skill
you
issue.
have a skill issue.
Nope, it's gone again.
Oh?
God knows.
I don't know. Anyways,
So-
I'm gonna say a thing. So
Words.
I wanted to kind of clarify the more stabby, less talky.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I
More
think one of the-
action, less fucking about, basically, isn't it?
See, I think fucking about's fine. I think the big problem we had is there was no call to adventure. There was nothing compelling the characters forward other than failure.
Yeah, there was a few little things, like the random, like, was it an explosion that happened in the cafeteria and we went and helped, like the bit with the big
Yeah,
frogs?
there were the monsters that were appearing because of school problems, but again, those were school problems. We
Yeah.
didn't actually have any in-character reason to help.
That was
Other than
so-
not
hey,
dying.
we can just kind of fuck off and leave this be, but
Mhm.
we're
The
main
book
character
itself.
syndrome.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Mhm.
intrinsically motivated.
There you
The-
go.
That's a big word.
Those are the
Turtle.
good
book
words.
itself. The book itself
Yeah.
had an overview of like that oily substance that you kept finding that
Mhm.
eventually led
That
to
I
a
tried
person.
licking.
Yeah, that led to a person
Yeah.
who was doing things, which
But I don't know.
We as characters had no reason to interface with that because I was thinking about Jack in particular. If Jack weren't a protagonist here, Jack would have fucked off and found knowledge elsewhere. Because there was nothing tying Jack to needing to be there to deal with the problem.
And that was one of the big failures of that book.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And also, like, it's a school of adventurers. Shouldn't there be other adventurers that would want to help too?
Now you're thinking too deep.
That one I
Sorry.
will say is the book did have some NPC adventurer outlines. Some of those existed.
Mhm.
But they were so incredibly flat that it would have been better to just make ones up on the spot or just make up your own, because they were also flat characters who also had no reason to help other than the fact they were there.
I mean, hell, I was sitting there at one point just using them as filler.
Yeah,
It didn't matter.
They were existing as filler characters. Also, is that a star bouncing around us?
Yeah, jump for it! Exclamation mark jump when it comes near you.
I'm good. Y'all think I can jump? Look at the size of my mushroom legs.
No, cute little mushroom legs.
You're penguin.
Oh, I don't have a penguin because I never went into the chat.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
Freeman, we have a session 0 going on.
the best way to like personally now thinking about it is if you exclude the fact that there was the big tie with the whole scar and everything, we are just like Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley at Hogwarts getting into trouble for no apparent fucking reason when we could have just walked away.
Yes, we were like Harry Potter's background characters. Where unlike Harry Potter and the gang, we didn't actually have any reason to be involved with the action other than the fact we were there.
Yeah.
And it's like
100%. And again, this is a failure that I had. This is on me because I should have looked into the book more to see if there was a compelling reason. When in reality, I had this idea for like, you guys are in a school, so now I need a book where you guys are in a school. So that was on me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna count that as a you failure because the book itself even advertises itself completely differently from how it is. You would have needed to have obtained the book and read the book to have learned that information first. That's not on you.
Actually, do you know how much those books are going for now?
too much.
Too much.
A lot.
$50.
There's a reason that
Damn.
I own 3 D&D books and I bought none of them.
I like physical books. Like
I love them, but they're
love
so
them.
like, D&D 2024 is coming out here shortly. I'm not buying that book. That book's going to be freaking $70.
Yeah, this
That's
book.
crazy.
So Strixhaven, the actual source book Strixhaven, if you take away the maps, right, is 224 pages. And the suggested retail price is $49.95.
Yeah. And granted, I'll give Strixhaven a few points over the other source books. It also includes, 6 subclasses, a race, 20 backgrounds, and feats and stuff like that. But that's that's still 50 pages of content, not 200.
Back in my day, when I picked up my very first player's guide, these books were $20.
You want to hear something hilarious?
What?
Even though I've been playing D&D and DMing for 5-6 years, I don't own the Dungeon Master's Guide or the Player's Handbook.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
My books are Monsters of the Multiverse, birthday gift, The Monster Manual, a Christmas gift, and Xanathar's Guide, a birthday gift I got along with the Monsters of the Multiverse.
I just want D&D because, back when I was playing in 3.5, you could go out and buy a table book, right?
Yeah.
Nothing but loot tables, roll on this. And
They did make one recently.
Where? What?
I told you. I told you about it. Book of Many Things.
Book of Many Things.
It's my favorite book to come out from. It's my favorite source book to come out from D&D since Tasha's.
You mean the Deck of Many Things?
No, Book of Many Things.
I
got you.
Yeah, please. Please, give me
It
because
added my favorite. Oh, did they call it? Okay, the book is called The Deck of Many Things, but it's also called. But it contains the Book of Many Things. The Book of Many Things is the name of the source book.
oh, that is
It's
nice
in a
too.
bundle called.
$70?
I did some
Jesus.
pirate adjust eye patch to read it.
You sailed the
Yeah.
7 seas. Like,
Yeah.
my heart.
I good news. All of its content was immediately put onto Wikidot within 24 hours.
Okay, like here's why I like physical books because
Mhm.
when back in my day, we all had to get together and you had the physical books and
Mhm.
like I remember we took down a black dragon and this was a campaign literally that ran for 8 years
Ooh.
that went every other weekend. So long campaign, but towards the end, we took down a black dragon and took out one of the role books. We ended up with like 15 pieces of art, uh, a stone table, a rope that worked off of verbal command and could drag said table.
Fair.
Like all this really interesting loot, and I just want that. I want this in my life. Somebody buy this for me.
If I could afford to, I would.
Actually,
I would buy your soul.
the one thing that I'm going to have to somehow sum up the money for is re-upping my subscription to Roll20.
Oh, you use premium Roll20?
Yes, I do.
I use free Roll20.
Well, you can if you're one of the players, but it's so much easier to have the pro if you're DMing.
Just give
Looks
you
at
so
my
much-
2-year campaign I ran with the free version of Roll20.
Is it more that it just gives you a lot more like?
It does make things
tokens and
easier.
shit?
I'm just a stubborn motherfucker.
Yeah.
So it allows you to like it's I just find it easier. You don't have any ads.
Oh, it totally is. It's so much easier.
And plus, like this is the one. Like if I use a program enough, then and it's free, but they have a paid version. If I use it and enjoy it, I'm going to pay for it.
That is valid.
Yeah.
I would do that if I had if I was getting enough work.
I'm not saying like, oh, look how high and mighty I am. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
you
that's
are
the way
sitting
I
on a
am.
throne.
Listen, you.
They have a point.
Listen,
Uh-oh.
you space penis.
What?
I have to
How
explain
dare
this.
you?
They have found mycelium on asteroids.
I know.
Which makes you ow!
Thank you, Sir
I
Friedman.
deserve that.
Thank you.
Oh, all of my free ones have run out. Throw poop at Anna again.
No, I took
Yeah,
that out.
I know.
by the
They
way.
did recently find that that's good. I'm glad you took that one out. That was gross.
Yeah.
They did recently find life on an asteroid. Mycelial life. Pog. Ironically, sorry, may I have a 1.5 minute anecdote?
Yes.
Cool.
As I figure out how to turn my sound alerts down. Yes.
I recently did a really fun played up stream with the people from Yogscast Games, like a group of their creators as well as the community manager. And I was chatting with the community manager, and she was like, "Trip, why don't you call your viewers the mycelium colony? Considering you're a mushroom who is like extending its roots into other people to bring them in. That's literally what a mycelium colony is." And I'm like, "See, this is why your job is being a professional community manager." Because
What
that's
was it?
freaking genius.
I have recently joined a community, a secret community of VTubers, of smallish
Oh.
VTubers, and one, Sir Friedman actually. Sir Friedman was like, "Oh yeah, we have," came to me asking about channel points. Now set him up, and I'm just watching his stream, and all of a sudden, because he just had like 100 channel points, right? I'm just sitting there like, why don't you put those as sticky notes? Because his whole thing is that he's a private investigator.
Ah,
Hmm.
I like that.
I'm starting to think I would make a much better manager than I would anything else.
I'm starting to think that you're a tad gay, miss.
Oh, I am.
Yippee
100%.
for gay.
Okay, what else? Welcome to session 0, everybody.
Yeah, this is normal for
This is
session
session
0,
zero.
if that helps.
This is the
Um,
All right,
news.
what else are we looking for?
A reason.
Yeah, I think talking more about that call to action would be a good idea. Finding out from y'all what kind of adventurer vibe you
Yes.
want. Like, what kind of call to action do you want? Do you want to be helping a kingdom? Are we working for, like, a law enforcement equivalent? Are we our own private group who does things? Do we work for an adventuring guild? Like, what kind of structure are you feeling?
I just had a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Do it. Boom. What you got?
It would end up bringing in somebody else, but would tie into like 3 other projects I have kicking around in my head.
Okay.
What if all of the players were part of a private investigative service?
Okay. So kind of like oh frick, what's that book? I'm literally reading a book about a private investigator. I'm catching up on the Jessica Jones comic book series.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good series.
Yeah, I found physical copies of Alias, so I'm reading them. Like
But yeah.
super powered, like supernatural paranormal investigators, because we're just freaking D&D
We
go
get to
bird.
investigate things?
Okay,
That would be
so
kind of cool.
the way I'm imagining this working is like,
Mhm.
let's say somebody comes in and says, this person went missing, right?
Mhm.
A little bit of RP to like get background and set a price, and you guys go off, and while you're going through dungeons, for lack of a better term, while you're going through the dungeons, you're also finding clues on where this person is.
Yeah.
So it's not strictly stabby. It's not strictly RP, but there will definitely be moments of both.
Yeah. You'll get your fill
Sounds
of
very
both.
fun. Yeah.
I've actually run a campaign like that, and it was a blast for the players. I'd be very down to be in something like that.
Okay, so I have my theme then, if everybody's all right.
Good,
with that.
yeah.
And the nice thing about this idea is that it allows for the campaign to go on as long as you guys want.
Yes, that is also
True.
a lovely.
Friedman, I need your case files. Send them over, please. Thank you. Actually,
Ironically,
send them down to the coffee shop. So Friedman's private investigative service is actually right above my coffee shop.
Helpful.
So just send them down next time you come down for coffee.
so you're opening the case files. I'm opening my files, which are recently, as part of joining this other TTRPG group, they kind of tested me by making me come up with characters on the fly to see my kind of on the fly creativity, to see if I
Ooh.
meshed, to see if I was, good enough. Which means my backup character roster has like tripled because they made me do it 4 times.
Ouch.
Hey,
Damn.
I mean, you got it now. That's the
Yeah.
important part.
To be fair, it wasn't like a you need to do this. It was like their suggested idea to kind of. I have actually made my character for this already, but like they had me shoot out a couple quick ideas to see like kind of what my vibes were.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
To make
Yeah,
sure
that
my
makes
vibe.
sense.
It was basically a creator vibe check
Fair.
to make
Okay.
sure my characters like were good and also like not creepy or murder hobos or any of those kind of red flags.
So the next
That's a
thing,
decent red flag.
the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling everybody into the individual channel one by one. Start working on your base characters.
Ah!
I'm going to pull Trip in first, really quick,
Okie dokie.
to so that once that happens, somebody will be in here who knows what they're talking about.
That is a
Makes
good
sense.
plan.
Question: if you want us to start what? If you want us to start what? Fuck. If you want us to start working on our base characters, are we allowed to talk about them with each other, or
Yes.
should we? Okay.
Yeah,
So
and the
it's
reason
not
I'm
a
doing
keep
this,
secret what you're playing. We'll find out.
well, the reason I'm doing this is since you guys have a private investigative service anyway,
Oh yeah, we
then
would
you
already
guys
know
know
each
each other, so you guys
True.
know what you can do. So,
That's
yeah,
a
I'm
good
going to move
shout.
channels, and then I'm going to start pulling y'all in.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
Okie dokie.
cool.
Okay, bye. So
No, it was just us.
so darling, if you jump over to
Sorry.
D&D Beyond, just as
Oh,
a like,
That's more tabs, isn't it?
I mean, just put it over your Roll20 tab.
Oh my god, there's so much.
I
on
don't
the
remember
page.
the link.
Just dndbeyond.com.
Yeah, I'm just googling it. What?
What?
It'll give me the right thing.
There we go.
And just create character?
Yeah, once you've logged in,
I am logged in already.
then yeah, just create a new character.
I am remembered.
Whoa. I feel like I might want to play a monk.
Punch and shit in it.
You
Yes.
say a monk?
Because I've had somehow a desire to play a monk for a bit, and then each time I chose something else instead. So, you know.
Yeah, that works. So I'm going to just take Trip's advice and be a bard, but I don't really know what to do about my race.
That's something for you to think about. Like,
You can also like Google what races would work well with bard. I've been down that rabbit hole now since I also made one. I think in general, from what I can remember, either elf shit or human or
I think it's
human variant or
wood elf.
something like that.
It's wood elf because then you get like stupid amounts of movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, because as a monk, you generally just hit people in the face with your fists. No.
I'm a bard, not a monk.
Oh yeah.
That was
sorry.
turtle. That's okay. Would it still work?
No, Wood Elf was one of the recommended ones for bard.
Yeah.
I think because of like the stats or something. Google it. I can't fully remember.
I'll Google.
I want to play something short again because it's always funny. But I.
It's especially funny because you're tall.
Yes.
I don't
How
know
tall
why
are
that
you? I
makes
talked about
it.
this with Zoe today, and she couldn't remember.
6'2",
Oh, okay.
which is 180 something.
Well,
No,
I
it's
don't
more
really
than
have a
that.
reference for it in centimeters either. So.
I'm 5'8".
Oh my god, you're
And
taller than me!
I know.
1.87 meters.
Tell Dia that he calls me short.
You're very much not short.
I'm 1 meter
Like,
78.
especially
according to my
for
passport.
women, that's not
Yeah.
short.
No.
5 foot.
Plus, I'm from the Netherlands, which is a very tall people's
You're from the
country.
Netherlands?
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Did you not know that? To be fair,
No.
it's easily forgotten, and people at work that I've known for a while still think I'm from Denmark. Because people from the Netherlands are Dutch, and Dutch sounds like Danish, or therefore Dutch are Danish, apparently.
So people look way.
Well, yeah, I know that people tend to mix them up quite a bit.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Because
I do
you're
know why.
gay. Okay.
That might be why. Wait. No. Okay, does that mean I'm done? I feel like that was way too easy.
I mean, there's
This took like 4 hours last time.
There's more into it because now you've got to think about abilities to script, like who your character actually is
Yeah.
and what
Background and
just quickly, Turtle, are you doing this in Roll20 or are you doing it in
D&D Beyond. I feel like it's a lot easier to create a character in D&D
Yeah.
Beyond and then just transfer it to Roll20.
because like
Like especially, yeah.
if you want like the easiest character to play, darling,
Yeah.
like Trip said, fighter or barbarian is like fighter is like baby's first character. Barbarian has a few extra mechanics to get used to, but they're quite easy to remember.
Okay.
And-
I've restarted because I did something wrong and I got confused, and now I'm on a really weird screen. You have to pick like character preferences, partner content.
Oh yeah, that
Where?
was weird.
Oh right, yeah.
It's so funny to see Dio go through a curtain. Just head gone.
His head's not needed. Probably.
Currently his head is helping you, I think.
His head is on my side. You don't need his head. It's fine. Wait, I also want his butt. I'm confused.
Don't worry, you can have it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Don't worry,
Guess
you can
since you're
have it.
married.
Suppose we're married and all that. Keen census.
Ah,
I escaped.
There's a bee.
oh, God.
I tried to make a bit as I was leaving where I'm like, help, they're putting a bag on my head. I don't know how many of those words got out in time.
None of them.
Oh no.
Tragic.
That's a shame. That would have been quite funny.
Alright, so I have not made my character, but I kind of talked to Anna about some of the character archetypes that I have seen in these campaign types, having run one of them, so I can help y'all be what you want to be.
Aw.
She also had me do my stat rolls to make sure that the trip would be mighty enough to help.
Yay.
So, what are y'all feeling? What are you cooking with this idea of, supernatural group of adventurers who solve crimes? Where's your brain going?
I think I'm going to play it a little bit safe and kind of go with what you and Anna suggested earlier and go with either a bard or a fighter, probably.
Okay. With this concept, I will. I can also give you the rundown of the recommended classes I just told Anna.
Okay.
Because there's an easier class. There is an easy class on this list as well. When I ran this, I ran with a group of 5 who did a great job. I will say bards are people who are good at skills like bards and rogues fit well into this archetype. So I think bard would be a good choice. But for Dio, as well as your sake, I'd like to mention the other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
The party I ran with was a fighter who was like kind of the heavy. The Luke Cage, if you've seen
Yeah.
if you've seen the Defenders, which is a group of superhero investigators.
Yeah.
We had a rogue who was your prototypical rogue.
Steal
We had a
everything.
Actually, no, they didn't steal anything. They were a reformed criminal who was there. They were like in the party's care as their parole. It was an awesome dynamic. We had a cleric because that kind of divine power is super useful for solving crimes when you can do things like talk to a corpse. We had a druid who could help like get the lay of the land literally for where a crime took place. They had really high nature, animal handling, investigation, and insight and perception, taking advantage of their skill of their class's natural aptitude for the outdoors. They were great at examining, being that first person on the crime scene to magically examine it. And then we had a wizard for your general arcane bullshit that you need when dealing with D&D crimes, things like detecting magic, breaking curses, that sort of deal.
Okay.
So, of those that I think would be easier for Mika to run, I personally find clerics to be incredibly easy to play.
Okay.
Bards, as I said, they start off easy and get more complicated as it goes on, but you're going to be very good at... Bards are what are considered one of the 2 skill monkeys, where you're good at combat, but your stat-wise thrive as well out of combat, so you never really you're always able to do something.
Okay.
Which can be a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Fighters are, strictly speaking, the simplest class in the game.
What, as in simple to play, or simple as in a little bit dumb?
Oh no, they're incredible. Fighter's also probably the strongest class in the game. Um, outside of Wizard. But fighters are also, like, pretty no frills. A lot of the fighter subclasses are very straightforward. Fighter itself as a class is incredibly straightforward. You are built around using weapons and killing people with them.
That's not necessarily a bad thing for it to be straightforward for me at the moment.
Yeah, I will. Are you looking at D&D Wiki Dot by chance?
No, I was on the character builder just now on D&D Beyond.
Okay. If you would like to hop over to my stream, I can put Wikidot on screen to show you Fighter.
I will go and have a look.
I can kind of show you Fighter in a nutshell.
I've got you.
So obviously a fighter, when you're in a more investigative format, you're probably not going to be so much the investigation portion. You're more the protecting of the people investigating. So that's up to you. Like, do you want to be more of a... Actually, before I even do the fighter stuff, do you want to be more... You help the people investigating by protecting them and taking down the bad guys? Or do you want to be using your brain with the investigation? Do you want to be solving clues? Do you want to be...
That's a hard question, because answering as me, I would say helping to save clues with the rest.
Okay.
But in trying to make it a little bit simpler to get around and get my head around everything that's going on, I wonder if a fighter is easier to play, if that makes sense. But it's not. It doesn't resonate with me as much as the more investigative character would.
So that kind of brings us to Rogue, which is the middle of the road. You're a martial, you do damage primarily, but you're also incredible at skills. There are detective rogue subclasses. 2 of them, actually.
Okay.
How did you enjoy Rogue when you were playing it?
That's a really hard one to answer. I didn't, but I don't know how much of that was the character, how much of that was the type of campaign, and how much of that was just me not knowing a lot.
Yeah. Rogues are incredibly dependent on their sneak attack and proccing it, which is what makes them a little bit on the more complicated side.
Which, yeah, I think that's why I probably used that once. In all the episodes we did, I think I used sneak attack once.
In which case, I'm going to recommend you one of 3 things that I think, from the vibes I'm getting from you, is I think since you're still kind of learning the flowchart in your brain, I don't think a spellcaster is a good call.
No, I agree.
Which Bard is technically a spellcaster. So I'm going to recommend one of 3 things. Fighter, and I help you make a mix of someone who's not just good at combat, but is able to bring some of those kind of niche skills to the table.
Okay.
Rogue, and using one of the specific detective subclasses. Specifically, I'm thinking you will do well as an inquisitive rogue who has a feature that lets you ignore sneak attack. So you don't have to worry about, is an ally close enough? Am I hidden well enough? They have a feature that says, fuck you, I get to sneak attack you, because I'm smarter than you. They are built around, they have 2 things. They're called the ears of deceit and the eye for detail. You're great at telling when people are lying, and you're great at finding things other people can't see. This combination of factors makes you very terrifying both in and out of the battlefield, as you're able to apply this via insightful fighting. As a bonus action, you can choose a target, and if they fail Wisdom to Charisma contest, you just get to take all of the advantage of being sneak attacked without being sneak attacked.
Okay.
For Fighter, there are... Oh, hi.
What's that?
So, Dio.
My friend.
How you feeling? What we thinking?
That I kind of want to, because of everything that went down and how crap Strixhaven was, kind of half want to stick with where I was and stick with Sorcerer, but at the same time, hearing what Trip said, maybe transition to Cleric.
What did Trip say, considering that I'm not in that channel right now?
Basically, Trip said that obviously you kind of let them say that they've ran a campaign very similar to this, and the group that they ran with and the recommended classes from that was Fighter, Rogue, Cleric, Druid, or Wizard.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, you don't have to do those.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good recommendation because that's a good rounded party. But you don't specifically have to do those classes.
Yeah, so like I said, I want to explore the Sorcerer a little bit more, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, one thing you could do is you could go into a what's the right word? A multi-class and do both.
Yeah, but I always think, like, especially when certain things like sorry friends.
There are no secret conversations in that household.
What is it? The where's it gone? Some of the like feats, not feats, like when you get feats and when you get up to different things that you unlock, I'm just also don't think I'm ready and know what I'm doing enough to multi-class.
Fair. So you're going Sorcerer then?
Possibly. I'll think on it. And
well,
oh, you're kind of building it. Yeah.
Well, let's get your rolls out of the way.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Write something down. So I have my 4 dice ready. 4d6. Roll.
Okay, hit me up.
Oh, that was shit. I got 2 1s. Do I get to re-roll those? Is it
What's the overall?
7.
Reroll.
8. That takes it to. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Alright, 12. Do that. Fucking I can't even pick dice up anymore. 7, 10.
Okay. I'm getting worried.
No, the next one was a 10.
Right, I'm getting worried. Okay.
Oh wait, does that include minusing one of the lowest dice? I haven't been doing that.
Yes, you roll d4, 4d6, and then you subtract the lowest.
I'll start again.
Wait. You've had 2 dice roll where you added all 4 together and they didn't equal above 14.
We'll pick 4 new dice.
Holy shit!
These ones seem to hate me today.
Seem to? I would burn those in a fire.
Fuck's sake! All of my d6 rolls are shit today. I got a 3, 2 2s, and a 1.
Reroll.
Well, that's 9. Oh no, it isn't. It's 10.
Okay. Next.
That's better. 14.
Okay.
This time I get 2 5s, a 4, and a 3.
Let's hope those keep going.
That didn't go very well. 4 and 3 2. That's
4 and 3 2s. Do math for me. I'm from Kentucky.
8.
All right.
Roll better. Ooh, that's better. 12, 16.
Okay.
2 6s. But 12 plus 4, 16. Nice. 10.
Okay.
Can't even fucking write. Don't fail me now, dice. 11, 13.
All right. Oh
That's
boy.
6, yes. Not the strongest.
Reroll the 8, please.
To a 12.
All right. So those are your rolls.
10, 14, 12, 16, 10, 13. Nice.
I would think, honestly, these rolls would lean much more towards sorcerer than druid.
A cleric.
Or cleric, my bad.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, I think
Yeah, okay.
that's
so
me.
a sorcerer. I kind of half wanted to go for like a halfling again, just because it was funny. But I'll pick a normal sized person. I'll work it out.
Up to you. Up to you, because I don't discriminate when it comes to size.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Yes.
have you thought about, so I'm assuming because you don't have your class set, you really haven't thought about backstory yet?
No, I haven't kind of got that far with it. I just was kind of pondering what I was going to do, and then Trip came back and then said those 5, and it kind of threw it up in the air because sorcerer to cleric and went, yeah, brains.
Fair enough. But you are on your way.
Halfling.
Yep.
Sorcerer.
So I'm going to
Not
put you
that I
back.
can spell.
I'm going to put you back,
Yep.
and I'm going to pull Mika.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Confusing because Echo Knight, you create a duplicate of yourself
Were you
who
talking?
walks
She's
around and
gone.
does stuff. Oh, she's gone.
Yeah.
something, darling.
You can continue talking, but she won't
Yeah.
hear it.
That's okay. I was
Something Echo Knight.
I was I can come back to her later. It looks like that your wonderful wife will probably be playing a fighter,
Okay.
is what we're looking at. She seems most drawn towards a fighter who is also not incompetent in terms of skills.
That's fair.
So I'm thinking she might go the option we haven't gotten to yet. Because I was doing a subclass rundown and fighter just has a ton of subclasses.
Yes, it does, because it's babies first.
Yeah. What are you feeling, Dio? What's your heart telling you?
Speaking with Anna, I'm going to stick with what I half know and go for a halfling sorcerer again.
Okay. Scorer.
Just
Which one are you feeling?
I hadn't got that far, but obviously through. I need to get the page up again.
I have it up on my stream currently because I was using it to help.
Yeah, I was just
help
gonna, because there's so many more. Because obviously everyone knows Draconic Bloodline.
To be honest, I don't like draconic sorcerers.
Well, you.
It's my hot take.
Yeah.
My hot take of the week.
What's Tox 67? Is that just a sorcerer bit?
It's just the URL. I don't know why it had the 67 in it.
Okay.
I could be a cat.
Oh yeah, Tabaxi are amazing. They're so good. Oh yeah, what are you feeling, Turtle?
Cat.
Oh yeah, that's a point. I can.
Tabaxi are also freaking low-key geniuses. They get like 2 extra skills, I think. They're very good.
Like
I would like to play a monk.
Ooh, okay. Brave. I love monk, but Jesus Christ, are monks bad at skills? So I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
I think you can
Define-
do it.
What do you mean they're bad at skills?
They get almost no skill proficiencies that aren't involving acrobatics. Like you get acrobatics, athletics, religion, and I think you get stealth, religion, insight, and history. None of those you're going to be able to really use. Insight you'll be able to use. Religion and history you won't be able to use because that's intelligence. And then athletics or acrobatics, depending on if you're dex or strength. The problem with monks is, yes, they have high wisdom, but they never get anything to make their skills better in any way. They are like fighter, where they are punch and kill things oriented.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a Tabaxi Monk is one of the most powerful combinations in the game. In terms of being fast, I think you can make it work.
Okay. Cause like, who wants to be something that looks like a human when you could be a cat?
Good point.
Or a bird. Huh.
Both Kenku monks and Tabaxi monks are good at monk. If you're thinking Kenku do get some help with the whole skill thing that I think will help you keep up better in this kind of investigative setting.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kenku, those are like the bird people that don't fly. They're the flightless bird people. But you gain 2 extra skill proficiencies. And a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, you can just give yourself advantage on a skill check.
Oh, damn.
And you can mimic voices. And you have advantage on attempting to duplicate things. So you would be like a great, like, morally gray bird. Kenku are great.
Morally grey bird.
I love Kenku.
Mm-hmm.
Since they also make for a great Way of the Shadows monk because of their theming around being like this mysterious bird of the night.
Yeah.
And shadows are the ones that can like make magical darkness and teleport and all that shit. But I think you'd do fine with any of the monk subclasses. I'm not gonna I think you two are gonna be pretty okay in building what you want to be, but I'll still be here to give you guidance if you need it.
Out of curiosity, what are you thinking?
I am thinking I'm going to look at what y'all have made and go and fill in whatever gaping hole we have left.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, very fair.
At this point, it looks like we may not have a traditional spellcaster. Oh no, you have a sorcerer.
Uh. I would also like to announce that I have good dice, because yes.
Mine are okay. My dice hated me.
Really? What did you get? If I may ask.
Well, let's just say I had to reroll an 8 and swap dice before I even started because they were shit.
Okay.
Like to say the first 2 rolls I did, I counted it wrong and counted all 4 dice without minusing the 1 off it. And the first 2 I did were a 12 and a 10.
Oh. With all 4?
With all 4.
Nice.
Wow.
Those dice went back in the box to be what lesson?
I only have 4, so it's not like I could really exchange them for others, but
well, I will say all of them
they
are
did
above
that job.
all of them are now above 10, so
wild.
Good.
Love that for you. Mine are also all above 10, which are unexpected. I typically actually like having a weakness, but that's okay.
My lowest is 12.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
My lowest.
Yeah.
My lowest.
I told you.
My lowest is 10.
Yeah, my lowest is a 10 as well. Based on what we have, I'm considering playing my first bard.
Oh.
Because if Meeks goes fighter, Turtle goes monk, you go sorcerer. Oh god, I guess I could play wizard, but is it weird I'm getting burnt out on wizard a little bit?
No, no, that's normal. Like,
which I never thought I would get. Never thought I'd be here. My favorite class is artificer, which is the other intelligence-based class. I just don't know if I want to put her through that.
Say that one again, sorry, I was reading a thing and missed most of it.
My favorite class is actually artificer, which is the other intelligence-based class.
Oh, yes.
I just have to decide if I want to put Anna through that or not.
I think it's one of those
sorry.
where Anna is with a DM in 5e. That would break her brain.
Yeah, I'd have to talk to her about it, because since I've played 3 artificers now, catching up to my wizard numbers, I've figured out how to work with a DM for artificer stuff, because I've just learned to track all my own shit and not have the DM worry about it. I've just learned to keep track of it all myself. And then the only thing they have to deal with is me occasionally doing shenanigans because I'm good at tools. Which, that's not a... that's something any class can do, but, I don't know. It's really going to depend on what kind of fighter your wife goes,
Yeah.
if she does want to go fighter, and also what kind of monk we end up with. Because if Turtle goes, like, I don't know, Hensu, Sun Soul, or Astral, then we don't really need me to be a ranged combatant of any kind. Because then we just have enough beating up people in the face so that we can just kind of be the JoJo meme where you just group around someone and kick them repeatedly.
I mean,
which I'm always here for.
I could make Anna happy and go an Owlin, which technically comes from Strixhaven.
Did Anna want you to be an owl?
No, I'm just looking at because I was gonna go for like the original character. Like I was just quickly smashing something together on D&D Beyond, which just has like the base races, as it were.
If you need a character creation resource that doesn't care what books you own, I have a link if you need
please.
it. It is our lovely friends over at Mythweavers. Lets you create custom blank 5e character sheets and gives no craps about what you do or do not own. Also fully supports homebrew. It's what I use for all my character sheets.
What is it called?
I can link it in Heavenly Messaging service.
Yeah.
Is Mythweavers. I love it.
I love your mum. No?
It's like one of those that you can have like all of the books in person, but if you don't have them on D&D Beyond, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's why I hate D&D Beyond. So you're going Draconic Sorcerer?
No.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay. You're going a Sorcerer?
Yes, it will be a Sorcerer of some sort. I'm just in the process of working out.
Would you like tips on each Sorcerer subclass?
I mean, at the minute, I've narrowed it to 3.
Okay.
Divine
What's your
Soul,
feeling?
Shadow Magic, or Pyromancy, but change the element.
The element? Okay. I'll give you my thing. Divine Soul is great. It's a mix of Cleric and Sorcerer. I think it would be a great fit for this campaign.
Yep.
Shadow is fun, but difficult. I like it a lot. You're pretty strong, but your main power is not dying easily and having a dog. Other than that, you're basically a sorcerer. Pyro is great, provided you are okay with the fact that you will have a very specialized skill set, where you will be good at one thing, and you'll be very, very good at that one thing. But in terms of elementalism, it's the best you can get, basically.
So at this point, Divine Soul it is. Got it.
I was gonna say, if Pyro is good, Pyro is very good if you want to be like the DPS. Divine Soul is good if you want to be the support. So it's, do you want to play a support or do you want to play a DPS?
Right, I'll go give support a shot.
Okay. The thing about, again, I love Divine Soul. It's actually my favorite. Second favorite. I really enjoy the Moon one they recently made. The thing is with Divine Soul is that you not only get you get like an oopsie 2d4 thing, but you can learn spells from Cleric or Sorcerer. So you have 2 spell lists, which is what makes you such an amazing support. Though you will need to work with Anna to figure out or I guess you can work with us because, you know, it's a session 0, to figure out what your divine source will be. Like, where did your divinity come from?
I mean, we have got the this not trip. Where's the character?
Under sheets.
It's worked now.
Yep.
Where is?
I accidentally did Streamception. Out of habit, I clicked the stream thing, forgetting I was showing my screen.
What are we looking at? Just call it Dio.
Oh, I could also be small.
Oh, but you kind of have to put everything in yourself on these sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Turtle, by the way, if you're playing Monk, I would not recommend being small.
Well,
Because-
Anna's already said that the disadvantage for
Being small?
being small doesn't exist. So you've still got the 30-foot move.
Yay! And no, I meant the grapple. The problem with like monks are
Oh.
amazing at like
Yeah,
grappling
yeah.
and moving enemies around the battlefield.
Mhm.
But if you're small, you can only do it to a medium target, so it limits you.
Yeah. Very
And-
fair.
And
You don't have the heavy weapons problem because monks don't use heavy weapons anyways. But it just means you won't be able to do the pushy, paralyze and kick them in the face repeatedly shenanigans.
And to be
Yeah.
fair, like I think when I was reading into something at some point, like one of the best classes is Wood Elf because then you get the extra movement through that. Or am I
Yeah,
wrong?
but they mentioned Tabaxi. Tabaxi is
Oh,
the
yeah.
best monk because they can do the super sprint thing.
Yeah, so
Speedy!
go kitty cat.
Whereas and Kenku is also very good at the skills stuffs, which monks typically aren't.
Well, and they have a very good memory, which would make sense with being an investigator.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to go more traditional monk, I would suggest your Tabaxi idea. If you want to go more investigative, martial artist kind of deal, I would recommend Kenku.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Wood Elves are okay. I think Wood Elves are incredibly overrated. Because we've gotten other races now with that 35 move speed that are more fun. Like Air Ganassi and Dampier.
And also, I feel like so far every race I've played was elf related.
Yeah, you've been lots of pointy-eared
So-
people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even in the one campaign that was with German people that you guys don't know, I was a homebrew mix of an elf and a turtle. So
Ooh,
lots of pointy ears.
That's wild. That's a wild
It was
mix.
pretty much just a mutant ninja turtle, but
Incredible.
Okay, I have
yeah, we only got to play one session though, so
Yeah.
no.
I have got my race.
What are you thinking?
Aaron gone.
Rabbit. Okay.
Because I'm a
Interesting.
bunnyman.
So we've got a holy bunny. Sounds like we have a martial arts bird.
Some type of furry.
Some
Well,
type of. Is this a furry party? Is that what's happening? If so, let me know, and I'll also try and be an animal
So-
creature of some sort.
We're either gonna have a furry, a holy bunny, or a punching cat, or what is a kanku anyway?
It's a bird. It's like a crow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you can make yourself any kind of bird. I'll be honest, funnily enough, I do have an animal artificer idea that I've been saving. It's a grung, which are like little frog people.
Oh.
Have you ever
Um,
played a turtle?
No, it's been on my list. I've never gotten around to a turtle. They're very fun though.
So basically, when Meeks gets back, it's like, hey, this is all of the animal characters. Pick one.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, hey,
Wait, when did I turn my camera? Oh.
it's oops all furries.
Oopsie whoopsie.
Yeah.
Do I have the power to go into individual and let them know? I do. Okay. I'm gonna go update them on y'all.
This is gonna be great.
But now I need to actually decide, and I don't know which one I want.
Do you want to be a cat or a bird?
I don't know. I feel like it kind of also has to do with which subclass I want to be. Because there's a subclass by Critical Role that's pretty much just you search for the truth. Which would
Yeah.
make sense with investigating shit.
You'll have to double check with Anna on like the homebrew element in that.
Yeah, true. But last time she said it was fine, I think. But I'll ask her
Because
again.
it's like there's one of the big ones that's homebrew, but it's not homebrew anymore. Is the Blood Hunter?
Yeah. Mhm.
I feel like Anna's gonna come back and shout at her.
Why? Because we want to be furries? could climb.
Oh, there are 2 different versions of the Herangorn as well.
Oh, why?
Because it's in 2 books. So you've
Oh,
got Mordekainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse, or The Wild Beyond the Witchlight,
oh,
and they're very similar. It's just some of the the ability score increase that you get with it is either increase 1 score by 2 and increase a different score by 1, or if you go Wild Beyond the Witchlight, it's increase 1 ability score by 2, increase a different one by 1, or increase 3 different. So you get to choose that, or just bump everything up by 1. They both the same size, both the same movement speed. One gives me proficiency in perception. The other gives me proficiency in initiative and proficiency in. Oh no, they're the same. Sorry, they're the same 2. You both get bonus to initiative and perception. Then you get either as a bonus action you can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus, or a different language, or oh no, they're both the same pretty much. It's just one of them does. Yeah, they're exactly the same. It's just one does increase 3 scores, or it doesn't really fucking matter which one I go for, to be fair. As it turns out, reading through it, I looked at it and went, "Oh, these are going to be very different," and then it turns out they're basically identical.
yeah.
Okay, so and being the holy rabbit I am, I get to bring my religion back. After in the first campaign, second campaign, I don't remember.
It was the first one.
I wrote a complete the religion of the Great Rabbit.
I know Anna mentioned it earlier because she asked me if I already had an idea on what monk religion I wanted to do, or if she had to think up a whole new one like she did for you.
She didn't think it up. I did.
Well, yeah. You guys can discuss that. I won't.
Yeah.
I won't decide. I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna swap those 2 around.
I just remember that the rabbits, the bunnies, they revived me, and that was pretty cool.
So, thunder.
I could theme them after the set of dice.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, so I've
know,
swapped
right?
Hero and Thunder because it makes more. Thunder was our Hero was our first button. I mean, I'll probably have to expand, considering my last line is more beliefs needed. Fuck's sake. Great Rabbit. Done.
Why are there so many subclasses? Huh?
Hello. Oh, I forgot, Mika, I was
Hi.
going to tell you about the furry races, if we're going to try and give everyone to be animal people.
I mean, you did mention them. I know about their existence.
Okay.
Bunnies and cats
yeah.
/ birds.
I'll give you a rundown of the animals that exist as races. Or alternatively, if you need to, if there's an animal you want to be, custom origin exists, which is, hey, you tell the DM what you want to be, and if they let you, that's what you are now, and you just choose a feat instead of having racial abilities.
Okay.
Hey, Anna.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm God.
You are.
God
Hey,
of the
God.
animals.
There is a
Wait,
monk.
hold on. I must be prepared to. I must prepare myself to make irrational decisions. Hold on.
God.
God.
Spoken like a true god and DM.
Also,
Okay.
Okay, so there is a monk subclass made by Critical Role, which is
fuck.
which is the mastery of the Cobalt Soul.
What is it?
Cobalt Soul.
Cobalt Soul, and the whole thing is pursuit of truth and knowledge.
That would be helpful as a detective agency.
Yeah. I just, I need to check with God. And Trip seems
One
to have
question-
opinions too.
Trip does have
okay.
opinions.
I need to address my chat really quick because the question was just asked. Sir Friedman asked, so Anna, when you walk, do you waddle?
And you waddled away. Waddle,
Waddle, waddle.
And I
And
want to
waddled
say,
away, waddle, waddle, waddle.
and I want to say I do, but it's because of my weight and not because I'm a penguin. Anyway,
Fuck's sake, Anna.
God.
Is your penguinness?
I have to read up on this because I don't know anything
Yes.
about it.
I've
I mean,
got it
I do
for you.
too.
I do have. All right, Trip. Time for Trip
Opinions?
to ramble. I think this is a great subclass in theory. It just makes no fucking sense to be a monk subclass.
Okay, that's
Uh-huh.
the link I'm on right now. Give me a few minutes to read this over, and God
It's
will come
very
back with a
good.
ruling.
It just doesn't. To me, as someone who loves the monk and I think understands the monk, why is this a monk and not a rogue?
Yeah, that's fair.
So then you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place because you said you wanted to be a monk, didn't you, this campaign? But you also want to be that thing you mentioned that I forgot what it's called.
The
Artificer.
no, that was me.
Wait, Turtle. Talking about Turtle.
Uh-huh.
No, Turtle was talking. Turtle, not Tortle. Need to make sure to enunciate that vowel when we're talking D&D. I actually I like the subclass in theory. I look at it and none of it is monkey.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. With the campaign we're running, having a thing where you literally have a truth serum,
Yeah,
takes
it's
some of the fun out of it.
yeah.
Fair point.
So I'm going to have to say no, because
Okay,
the entire point of the campaign would be destroyed at 6th level.
Also, because unlike Zone of Truth, you can spam that shit for some reason.
Yes.
Oh?
Wow.
Oh,
For one key
okay.
use.
Yeah, no.
Instead of taking a 3rd level spell slot, it is 1 key point. What can other monks do it for 1 key point? Make a single punch.
Who needs punches when you can have truth?
Right, which is why it's like, why is the monk doing this?
Like,
For the
Yeah,
same
you can
yeah.
tell. You can tell they were trying to force this into a monk because, like,
Mhm.
instead of a cluster of nerves, just replace that with poison.
Yeah. There's so much stuff here that doesn't make sense for monk. I have a one-sided beef with Matt Mercer. Everyone thinks Matt Mercer is this frickin' visionary.
Yes, he
is
is.
great at Pathfinder. He is the best for Pathfinder. He likes to jam Pathfinder through D&D's mouth, and it never creates stuff that's as good if he has just left it in Pathfinder. Because this is a copy of something from Pathfinder. And it's great in Pathfinder, because monks and Pathfinder are completely different.
Uh-huh.
He did. Now let's admit, He did
stop doing that and make his own TTRPG game for that very reason.
No. I'm saying he did bring D&D to mainstream.
I mean, as someone who was in D&D, into D&D before its existence, it brought it to the casual audience, which is good. Very good. I don't think he deserves all of that credit. I think that credit should go to the cast and him, which he is a part of.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
but,
just think,
you know,
I think the Matt Mercer is a great dude, creative dude. He's a little overrated. Gets a little bit more credit than he deserves.
why are my
But-
reactives not working?
I don't know. But yeah,
Hold on, let me leave and then join again. Be right back.
yeah. I as a DM, I don't let people use any of the stuff from Critical Role, because none of it is balanced for D&D. It's all Pathfinder stuff.
Oh,
And at that point, I would just run Pathfinder because I love Pathfinder.
Everything broke because we all left and joined the call, so everything.
Oh, that'll do it.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, I'm doing things.
Sorry, that is my
yeah.
rant for the day on Matt Mercer.
Let's keep that rule because I kind of like that rule.
What rule?
Yeah, get out. Not using Pathfinder or not
That
using
Critical Role content?
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
For reference,
being inspired by Critical Role is fine, but not
ripping that shit for your own game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Blood Hunter class, the Cobalt Soul Monk, and they also made the Gunslinger Fighter. Those are their... Oh, and Rune Child, I think, was also... Were they Rune Child? They were. They did Rune Child. Those are the things that they made. And none of them are remotely balanced. Smiley face.
That elf turtle homebrew thing I made was a blood hunter, I think.
Of course it was. Sorry.
Yeah,
But
like,
you know.
so I would like to come down with some decrees. Okay?
Okay.
Decree number 1. I hear that there's going to be some furries joining us.
Honestly, it wasn't on the table until Trip sent the wiki.page, page, and I said, "What the fuck's a herringon?" And he went, "It's a rabbit." I went, "I'm in."
I will allow the entire party to be a furry party with one condition. And you have to make a decent looking VTuber to use during dungeon rollers.
I will have to work.
Is that just for those that are streaming?
No, because you will have
The reactives, yeah.
the reactives, and also on the overlay, we'll all have, on mine at least, we'll have the cameras live.
Okay.
I was planning on not doing one, but if we want to go, we're an animal investigative agency, that's a funny theme, I'm willing to go along with the theme.
It adds to it as well, and makes it more, fun.
I can't do a 3D VTuber because Mac won't let me run any program that lets you actually track shit, but I can do a 2D one.
Well, before we commit to it, we should probably find what animal person Meeks wants to be.
I'm working on it. I've written some down.
Okay. Well, are you going via Wikidot, like their list?
No, I'm going by Google.
Okay. If you want real quick,
Oh!
I can go through the unchosen animal options real fast.
Before you do that, just let everybody know, you can download VTube Studio, and there are free models that you can find online of different animals that you can use. So you don't really have to make your own or make it 3D. You can do a 2D VTuber and just use VTube Studio in order to run it.
If I'm going to do the race I have in mind, I can just modify my existing PNG tuber, because if I do a grung, which is a tiny little frog person,
Yeah.
I can just have it so Shroom Patch is silent and it's the frog that's opening and closing its mouth on top of my head.
There you go. Yeah,
And I thought that would be adorable.
you can do
That would
PNG
be.
tubers as well. So that
Yeah.
that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Grungs are a weird race because they need to expose themselves to water every rest, but I have a way to deal with that, and I feel like it would be a. I'll get to that after everyone's done. So, Meeks, if you'd like
No,
a
that's
quick
why I sent you the
rundown
things.
of the animals that are left,
I haven't looked at it in a
I know.
second.
Arakakra is the other bird person.
Oh,
Okay.
those, yeah.
So they're sort of pre-designed characters, is that?
Yes, these are the pre-designed animal races.
Okay. What type of bird is it? Like,
Any
just
kind,
roughly so
let
I
you
know what
pick
it...
any kind of bird. You can flavor it to look like any kind of bird.
Okay, okay.
The main thing is
Even
they
a-
fly.
Even a boob.
Yes.
It's a bird.
We also have owlins, which are specifically owl people.
Mm-hmm.
Satyrs aren't full like they're half animal, as are minotaur and centaurs. So I'll
be right
skip past
back.
those. We have turtles, which are turtle people.
Mm-hmm.
Tabaxi, which are cat people. Because turtle, did you end up going Kenku or Tabaxi?
Ask me when I know.
Okay, in that case, I'll mention Kenku. Kenku is a crow person.
Okay.
Despite its name, bugbears are not bear people, but Anna would probably let you play one as a bear person. Grungs are cute little frogs.
Mm-hmm.
Lizards are lizard people. Lizard folks are lizard people, as they sound like.
Sure.
Yonti are snake people.
Hmm.
That would probably need to work with you to do a more balanced Yonti, because Yonti are weird.
And they obviously can't yield weapons if they're snakes.
No, they have arms.
Okay,
have
cool,
arms.
sure. Why would they not?
Um,
Oh wait, there's a picture on Google here of one, I think. That's just
Yeah.
terrifying.
Let's see. We also have merfolk, which I don't think would work in would struggle to work in this setting, with the rest of us being land dwellers.
Yeah.
Nagas have the same problem. There are locaths, which are fish people. Again, I think we would struggle with you being a fish person.
Yeah.
There are thrycrenes, which are ant people.
Imagine having a
Gifts.
fish person and a cat person.
If
If
Maybe one of you
somebody-
could carry out an aquarium for me. That'd be
I was
nice.
going to say, I'm all for somebody just dragging around like a fishbowl the entire time.
Get one of those rucksacks that they use for cats with the giant, like,
I mean,
Yeah,
plastic
like
viewing platform, but
No,
with
gonna
water
say,
in there.
it'll be on one of those little red trolleys that are very like popular in America.
hey guys, I'm actually planning on kind of doing that, because grungs need to be in water for at least an hour per day. So if I'm
we'll
doing
have
a
a
grung,
terrarium.
as a
That's
grung, I'm
kinda cool.
probably gonna go armorer and be a fishbowl with arms and legs, is the idea.
Kinda cool.
And I sit in the fishbowl, or do alchemist, use the alchemical jar to water myself every day, and their goal is like they're trying to use science to cure their water dependency as like kind of like their secret self goal, but they would act as like the
Wow.
party chemist. That's why I was thinking artificer to be the party chemist, because we have no one who's smart.
Sure.
For
Thanks.
things like blood samples and DNA and things like that.
Just
A chemist
quickly,
would be
Trip,
useful.
It would be.
on the Mythweaver's sheet, if I the ability score from the race, how do I put that in? Do I just manually add that onto the number?
Yeah, you just do the fucking math.
Okay, no, wasn't sure if there was
Do
a,
the math.
wasn't sure if there was a
It's
box
you-
to put it in.
No, it's you add 2 to one number and add 1 to another number, or add 1 3 times.
Ah.
Is
Oh my
math.
god, I'm gonna have to do that too. Anna, what am I? Oh.
Shut the
Um,
fuck up.
I'm gonna quickly go
Not my
through the
problem.
last 2 animal people that are left. There are 3. There are gifts, which are hippo people. They're very strong and have magical affinity for guns for some reason.
Cool.
Hadazi, which are monkey people. And leonins, which are lion people. If you want to be an animal that I have not mentioned, there's the existence of custom lineage, which lets us make you an animal person of your choice. Within
Okay,
reason.
that's funny because I wrote 5 down and none of them are on the list.
I would love to hear the animals you had written down.
So the closest was a snow leopard, which is obviously the closest to the last one that you... Sad.
Tabaxi is literally a big cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could be a snow leopard tabaxi.
The other ones were a stag,
What's the fuck's a stag?
Deer.
a male
Male
deer.
deer.
Oh, deer would be, yeah, but there's not really a deer one.
Because obviously a stag has got the horns on the top, whereas a deer doesn't, so it's just an extra.
Yeah, that'd be like centaur, I guess, is
Physicality.
the closest you get with that.
Then there was a fox.
You know, I
Aw.
actually looked that up. You could
There is a fox.
also do. You could no. You could do a custom lineage off of the Volpira from World of Warcraft.
A custom lineage fox, there are definitely some foxy feats that we could give you. Like,
Mhm.
if you
I
want to be
think
like
I
a stealthy
saw a
little
fox
fox.
on the races though.
There
Hang
is
on.
not an official fox. Just like there's not an official dog.
Oh
bird.
yeah, it was the
There's-
Vulpin.
There's shifters, which are like werewolves. You could be like a werefox, technically, but like it sounds like we're going full animals here. Oh, sorry, I forgot one. There's also elephant people in the form of loxodons.
I thought about elephant, but then if I'm going to be a fighter, an elephant is a bit burly and a bit slow, so
No, they're
probably
actually,
make
loxodons are incredibly good fighters.
okay. Because I'm thinking they couldn't get out of the way very well if they're being attacked, but that might
No.
not be an issue then.
They're actually like incredible for being fighters. They get natural armor, so if their con is high enough, they can just have better armor than what they wear. They're extra big. They have powerful build, so you count as being large sized for things that involve strength. You also have a trunk, which you can use to punch people with whenever you want. So if your hands are ever full, if you're restrained, you can just punch the crap out of someone with your
Which is hilarious.
trunk. And you have keen smell, which gives you advantage on perception, survival, and investigation things involving your smell. So you could be a intuitive loxodon who follows their nose.
In that case, I might go for elephant then.
Okay. Also you have advantage against charms and frightens, as if you
Oh.
needed anything else to make you a powerful elephant person.
So, just to open the tab back up again, it doesn't say in here.
Arangon.
Doesn't say what have we got? Bonus to initiative, proficiency perception,
Jumps.
and then I
You got
get,
them hops.
when I fail dex saving throws, I can use a reaction to roll +4. Yeah, okay.
Which one are you looking at? The Monsters of the Multiverse or the Beyond the Witchlight?
They are surprisingly identical.
They are very similar. I believe the only thing that's different is what is their difference?
The ability,
I know they have some...
the way the ability score is calculated.
Oh yeah, they
increases.
changed that.
I think
Yeah.
that's it.
It does look like that's it. Let me see.
I
feel like I
could be a
remember-
void cat.
But there
It's true.
was-
If you
Sorry.
Way of the Shadow, be a void cat.
Yeah.
By the way, character sheets are up in the game.
Oh no, I see what it is. That's different. Rabbit Hop works a little differently. It looks like
Yeah.
it's just worded slightly differently.
Yeah, so it's either so if I go for Monsters of the Multiverse, wait,
Yeah, the Monster of the Multiverse one is better, so I just recommend using that one.
okay, there was something that probably forgot I read that you mentioned when you were talking to Meeks about the Loxodon. But I will come back to it when I remember what it was.
Yeah, I read. What's up?
As for the second decree,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
the second decree is that you must either take, what was it, investigation or perception?
Yes, investigation or perception.
Yes, because you are in an investigative agency. You would have these things.
Who
So
is
you'd need to be competent.
who is Dro Ulfrafo? Because I just had to reload my page and I've now have two characters, Diotor and Dro Ulfrafo.
Did I make a mistake? I might.
I don't know.
Yeah, I made a mistake. They don't exist.
Question.
My chat begs the pardon.
Anna.
What if we just decide to be really bad at our job? Which I'm going to say we're going to try and be good at our job so we don't die.
It will be funny.
Anna, you said we should do a VTuber thing if we do the furries, right? What if I make a... I guess I'm gonna say fursuit. It wouldn't be an actual fursuit, but it would be a costume.
Wait, are you saying that you're going to make a proto fursuit and sit there while streaming or while on camera during the game?
This is goddamn cat.
I mean, that would be really cool.
It would be.
I don't know if I will, but it is an idea.
If it's allowed, you'll give it some thought. If it's not allowed, you'll pass the idea. Is that what you're
Like,
thinking?
I've wanted to buy cat ears for ages anyway.
I will allow this.
I don't have a sub. On DD, not doing DB on Roll20. Creature type is humanoid. Derp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Humanoid.
I don't have a sub race.
A couple of things I do need from the group.
Yes.
Number one, what is the name of the agency?
Oh
Uh-oh.
God, names are hard.
Something with animals.
Yes.
That's a good question. Are we going to be in a world where there's just, other humanoids? Like, is this an all-animal creature world, or are we just a group of weird animal people who united in a world that's mostly people?
So it's a mix
I
of
think it could
all
be
groups,
both.
Yeah.
all groups, all races.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have humans. You'll have plant people. You'll have
Yeah. I was going to say, because if this is just a world where animal people are the norm, we wouldn't have to go for an animal-based name. But in that case, we should go
True.
for an animal pun of some sort.
Yes.
Or an animal name.
I'm asking ChatGPT for some inspiration, because why?
How
the fuck not?
fucking dare you?
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
good idea.
sorry.
Number two.
Brandish's knife.
Number two.
Uh-oh.
Does your agency have a specialty? Do you
No.
specialize in
Good question.
finding objects? Do you find people?
I
Do you topple governments?
actually had a suggestion for this.
Hmm.
Since we're all animal people,
Paw and Order detectives.
Paw and Order, oh my god. I was gonna suggest, because we're all animal people, do you know what animals are famously used for in real-world historical law enforcement?
Drugs?
Drugs?
Before drugs. And for much longer than they've been used for drugs.
Bloodhounds.
Finding people.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, true.
We'd be a great missing persons thing.
True.
With side hustles and doing whatever the hell we feel like.
Yeah.
Number three. Who is this business registered to?
Oh, that's a good point. Who would be in charge?
So who
Your
is in
mama.
charge? And
Not me.
number four.
Can I,
Mhm.
just for question 3, can I suggest something like hilariously corny, like Bosley out? Not is it Bosley out of? I forgot.
MI6?
No.
I have no idea what you mean.
Forensics and co.
The box on the table.
Forensic.
The box out. The box on the table out. Charlie's Angel.
Huh?
Something like that.
What?
I don't even know what that means.
So you mean like have like a secret owner that's not actually part of the story as a character? It's just someone we
Someone
talk
that
about.
just feeds us in. I've forgotten what his fucking name.
It doesn't matter. I think I get what you
So
mean.
Charlie from Charlie's Angel.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's Charlie, not
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
In that- Holy shit.
Oh my good fucking god.
It's a good job. We love you.
Oh.
What's the name of the box
From Charlie's Angels. I've never seen Charlie's Angels, so I'm like, what are you on about? What box?
Yeah, me
Oh, no.
neither.
Turns out,
Oh my god.
it's Charlie.
Turns out,
The namesake.
Hello,
Who the fuck-
angels.
Yeah.
Hello, box.
Hey, unnamed box on the table.
What's up, box?
Fuck's sake.
Right. And what was rule 2? We have to be either investigation or perception proficient. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you're
Okay.
Tabaxi and Kenku both start with perception proficiency, so you're good.
Do
Yeah.
you-
Whichever option you go for, you're good.
the fourth question I have,
Mm-hmm.
what so on every single investigative agency, they
Mhm.
have the frosted glass front door, right?
Yeah,
Like
what's
the
on the
window
door?
comes down three quarters. What's in the middle of that frosted
I think it's
that
the logo of
frosted
the
thing?
company.
Yes,
what is it?
What the logo is?
What would be
Could
the
that be,
logo
like,
for a
A
rabbit, elephant,
silhouette of our characters,
frog,
yeah.
and
That would be very Charlie's Angels.
And I'm not, when I say this, I'm not demanding it. I'm
Mhm.
not expecting it. But if somebody makes the logo,
someone should make the logo.
that is 100 points to Gryffindor.
Okay.
I can.
So I mean, with like, or it's either some like if we're going for unknown overlord box on the table.
I actually have a great idea for that, if that's what we want to go
Yeah.
for.
Or
Mhm.
it's something like a
Not
code.
necessarily box on the table. It could just be
Mhm.
like a random phone
But-
that
yeah, like a
rings
patron.
with
Yeah,
a new
or-
job,
You
couldn't
know what I
it?
mean?
Yeah.
Or
A benefactor
something like
is the official term.
a coat of
Yeah.
arms with the four corners with.
Would that be a coat of hooves?
Fuck's sake.
I hate you. But
I
do,
love you.
I would like to chime up and say I do have a good suggestion. If we want to do a benefactor and not have one of us be the founder, Dio is playing a divine soul sorcerer, which means some divine entity gives a shit about you. Either you're a relative or you were power instilled. It could have been the benefactor.
True.
Ooh.
There is one more question
Yes.
that I think needs answering. So typically in crime dramas, the investigative service is in a rundown building, at least
Yeah.
on the second floor. Where is yours?
In a
And if
Back alley in a little town.
and if it is on the second floor, what is right below you?
I just want to throw out what what's his? I've forgotten everyone's fucking name today.
You're great at this.
Synth.
I'm Anna.
The synth from Fallout 4, the detective one. What's his fucking name?
Yeah, I know who you mean.
I
I
don't.
don't know who you mean, because no.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know
talking
Fallout.
about? Like where his like
Yeah,
office
he's great.
location.
Nick Valentine.
Yes, that's
Oh
it.
yeah.
Just like a shitty little office squeezed between some stuff.
Yeah, isn't
I mean,
his
we're
like
just
next to the
starting
bar?
out, so
Isn't his next to the tavern?
Yeah, and
In the game?
behind the baseball guy.
here's a wild one. Considering we're just starting out as a detective agency, none of us have done this shit before. Would it make sense to start out in someone's garage / basement / spare bedroom,
Okay,
and then
in that case,
upgrade it later in the story, maybe after we've got experience and good stuff?
since I'm planning on playing a chemist, and I'm still unsure if I'm going to go wizard, druid, or artificer, chat suggested druid, but I'm going to be a spoiler alert for the upcoming TTRPG show I'm on. I'm playing a druid in that already, so I'm probably not going to play a druid here.
Oh,
You want something different, yeah.
Yeah.
Buzz, that's a very good name. All is detective agency.
Yeah.
I've just read that
I
and
made-
instantly had an idea for the logo as well. What about
Mm.
all of our ears? So a little cat ear, if that's what Turtle's going with.
I don't have
But
ears.
what does a frog ear look like?
Frogs don't have, they just have little holes. They mainly hear through vibrations.
That might not work then.
Yeah,
Never
that's why
mind.
I actually, 'cause I
I
actually
have
mentioned
now
that.
decided I will be a cat, and I will
Okay.
probably make half a fursuit.
Yeah.
What was the name?
All
All
ears,
ears.
detective agency.
Oh, I can't do.
But I don't have ears. That could be part of the joke.
What?
I
A
was
picture
gonna-
of 3 ears and then just like a smooth like. And
Good brain.
Well, it could just be a symbol of like an elephant ear, because like that's such an iconic ear.
Hmm.
And one of our people's an elephant, or we could do multiple ears.
Hello.
But I was
What
gonna
was
say
the name again this was based on?
all ears.
All
from one of my
ears.
chatters.
Oh.
Burr.
Thanks, Bursound. That is a very good suggestion.
We love Burr here. Burr's great.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if we're choosing to be, poor starting out, we're trying to make our way up, then we probably don't want a benefactor, is my thinking.
Hmm.
Because
This
if
is
we have a
true.
benefactor, why would we be,
We'd have money.
destitute?
Yeah.
We'd have money. I was gonna say that if you want, we can just, since I'm planning on playing a chemist, we could just kind of start in my character's lab. That'd be a nice rundown location.
Yeah, that works. So you're doing this on the side, like
Or like kind of
chemist by day, detective by night kind of thing.
It's
It
my
could be
side
that-
hustle.
Yeah, it could be that my character needed a side hustle. You guys were looking for somewhere to house your detective agency, and it's been like I'm joining you through, like, to not just get better at my craft, but also because you guys needed somewhere to be. And I'm like, fuck it, I like you guys. You can stay in
Mutually
my place.
beneficial. I like it.
Yeah,
I like your mum. I'm sorry.
yeah, she's pretty
Aw,
great.
I'll tell her.
And your specialty is finding people, yes?
I wasn't sure if we agreed on that as a whole, but I think it's a neat idea.
Hmm.
I think if we need a specialty, it's not a bad one.
hmm Alternatively,
Or creatures rather than people.
I was gonna say, we are in a world of D&D. We could be cryptologists as our focus, which is like finding out the truth about monsters.
I'm
Because
definitely
D&D
not
is a lot of
looking
monsters.
that up at all.
Cryptology is the study of the unknown, especially monsters and unexplainable phenomena.
Oh, so you're Bigfoot hunters. Okay.
Yeah, like the D&D equivalent of Bigfoot hunters.
Oops.
Oh, this could actually be funny as hell.
I accidentally created another
'Cause you'll-
character.
What'd you do?
Oh.
I clicked the wrong button and accidentally created another character.
Smooth. Also, at this point, I'm probably gonna go alchemist artificer because that is like the mad scientist chemist.
So, which one am I deleting, Theo?
Don't delete the bunny.
Also, the main picture of the campaign changed as well. If you want to take a look at that.
Back out without.
Yeah, I don't know how I view that. I can just.
No,
oh, what the
Oh,
frick!
it's a doggo.
My roll 20 broke
Oh, right.
No.
in a hilarious fashion. I wish I had it on screen capture.
It's
My
losing.
collapse button is having a seizure.
Mm.
When I click it, it just spins in circles.
That's
It
not
opens and
good.
closes repeatedly. I'm gonna see if I can get this on stream. Hold on. Move over to the arrow. Nice and big on the arrow. I'm gonna see if I can. Because I've never seen this kind of bug happen. Look at this shit. You ready? No, now you do it. There it is.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Whee!
Yes.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
why it's doing that, but it's possessed.
Oh God.
And it stops doing it it does it indefinitely until I change tabs, and then it goes again. So I'm just gonna close roll 20 for now.
That seems like a good decision. How do we see the picture of the campaign? Because all I see is just an empty white screen.
If you click the button in the top right.
Yeah. Oh.
So okay, just to make sure I'm understanding correctly of what party comp we've got. We've got Dio, who is a divine soul Harengan sorcerer.
Yes.
Meeks, who is a Loxodon battlemaster fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle, who is a what are they called? Cat person. Tabaxi,
Yes.
Way of the Shadow Monk.
Yes.
Is that correct? From top to bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Want to make sure I had that right. We've got some...
Wow. 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 This is not a good idea for my text.
Just say,
We'll make it work.
and I
I could
guess
just
I'm
base
filling in
myself
that.
on Loki.
I'm filling in that last slot as Grung Artificer Alchemist. Wild. I'm small, by the way. Grungs are little. They're not tiny,
Aw.
but they're small.
So I have a question. Would you, since I'm assuming you custom made your lab, right, to your specifications?
Oh, probably, yeah. I
So
assume
all
they
the
probably made it,
tables-
then got broke, and went, oh shit.
So I'm just imagining here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So all the tables would be too high if they were normal height, right?
Well, I mean, Grungs do have a super high jump.
Right, but you wouldn't want to sit
But I
there and
wouldn't-
jump while you're working
Right,
on
no.
stuff, right?
But
Yes, no, they'd be little tables.
But also,
Okay, I'll keep
wouldn't
that in
it
mind.
be like a grung-sized house, so it would be tiny.
Well, I mean, let's see. Grungs are, I think, 2 feet tall. Yeah, about 2.5 feet tall and weigh only 30 pounds.
No.
So
Yeah, I'm using this.
that kind of. I presume we're
So,
all going to be like, because one thing we've not discussed is like the alignment. So I presume we're all going to be
Good eggs.
like.
Yeah, I do not run evil campaign.
No, but
I'm in one right now, and it's not great. It's fun, but it's hard to be evil. It is very
Hey.
draining.
Hey, Trip.
Hi.
So knowing now that we consider vaulted ceilings 10 feet or higher,
I know.
and the average person is 6 feet, so
Yeah.
that's what, a 4-foot difference? If we
Mhm.
break that down, would tall ceilings for a grunk, since they're 2 feet tall,
Be about
be
5
like
feet.
yeah, be about 5
You bet
feet?
your
Okay,
ass.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Loxodons are
Cool.
minimum 7 feet tall, so
5
that's going to be interesting.
5-foot ceilings.
Good
I'll
news
keep that in
is
mind.
good news is it'll give the party good reason to work their way to having their own agency room and building.
Yes.
What do you put down on your character sheet for back pain?
I was gonna say
Everybody
exhaustion, but the exhaustion system is terrible, so I'm not gonna
Yes.
recommend that.
We're not using exhaustion.
Maybe like
1 point of damage every 20 minutes spent in the room.
Oh no, I've got it.
What?
Your con score, you get a con debuff that decreases your movement speed until you properly crack your back and fix it.
Actually, you know what? I think movement penalty would be just enough. It's
Yeah,
just
movement
enough to be
penalty.
annoying, but not like hurt the game.
Yeah, like 5 to 10 foot movement penalty until you've like properly stretched.
Actually, I was thinking like a 5-foot movement penalty, and the length of time is for every half an hour you are in the room.
Oh God, everyone's gonna hate me. I'm sorry. I made this lab for me. I didn't know I'd have a 8-foot tall frickin' roommate.
At least I'm not doing it based off of their height.
That'd be fine. Grungs can walk on walls and jump 15 feet straight up.
Like, you don't have an issue with this because you're not going to have this penalty. Everybody above 5 foot that has to hunch over.
I know that I'm apologizing to them. I'm sorry.
How do I actually create a character sheet on the site?
You go to
Sheets.
Sheets. Yeah. You hit
Yeah.
the sheet button.
Wait, are you on Roll20?
No, they're on
No.
Mythweavers until you had the sheet set up.
So
sheets are set up.
just quickly, Trip, it doesn't say. Oh wait, that would not be in there. That'd be in here.
Well, the site is blank. I clicked on sheets
Yeah,
and now
mine
it's not doing anything.
broke at the same. Mine broke when it did. I kind of got halfway through building it, and then my character popped in Roll20, so I kind of gave up with it.
Which site are you trying to do it on?
I gave them a link to the one I use.
Various chats across the internets.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions for our players or for God regarding dungeon rollers or D&D or the upcoming campaign?
That's a good question.
Please dump on us.
Yeah.
God's kind of bored. Wait, what the hell?
Oh, do you know what's really funny?
But we're good.
No, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that as a thing for later.
Sorry, Trip. What I was going to say was from the feats, like the proficiencies.
Yes.
It doesn't say anything about proficiencies on there, so I don't get any proficiencies.
For what?
Like on the race section when I build custom, it says proficiencies.
Yeah, because not all races get to
Okay.
start with skills.
So, I got proficiency in.
I thought you got
Yeah,
perception.
I can't read.
Explains so much. Wait, do we all start with proficiency in perception except for our Loxodon? I think we all do, which is very funny.
I'm proficient in being gay, you bitches.
Yay!
I'm going to be taking investigation as well because I'll be an int-focused one, but I do just get perception for free because for some reason frogs are alert, which makes sense.
So, also, I just want to say this.
Mhm.
I'm actually glad you guys are like, no, let's move on from that campaign because this entire week I was kind of sitting there just like, I kinda
Dreading it a
don't
little
wanna
bit?
do this. Yeah.
Me too. Me too. Which
And
is why
that's
I.
not good.
Question. Do we
Answer.
think that because I'm between two subclasses now because I thought it through a little bit more.
Hmm.
Alchemist makes sense from a crime-solving perspective. Because if you need anything, chemical, you got a chemist. Alternatively, there is the idea of armorer, and I just don't have to worry about water because I can just build myself a custom suit that lets me be in water. And that would also mean we wouldn't have a tiny house. I would be normal-sized, like a normal person. Do we like the idea of it being a little person's lab that we're going to eventually move out of?
Now, I would like to throw something else into this conversation.
Mhm.
Think of the content.
That's true. Also, I personally like the idea of them being an alchemist, and the reason they chose to study alchemy is because they don't want to have to douse themselves in water every day to not be sick, because that sounds like an annoying thing to deal with in society.
Yeah.
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 And then they're like, hey, I have marketable skills. Guess I'm
I have
solving crimes now.
marketable boobs. I'm sorry.
It's up to
Extra
y'all.
Artican today.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the alchemist then.
The little house.
Yeah,
That's how I'm going to remember your characters. Just you
I
own
hate
the
you.
little house.
I hate you. I will say, this is going to be very funny. I'm planning on taking an infusion so that way I don't have to deal with disadvantage on all my skill checks from being away from water too long. Called the Alchemist Jar. The alchemical jar. It sprays 20 gallons of water as an action once a day. One of you fucks has to carry that for me. Unless I make it so it's a tiny me-sized jar that it comes from.
And only does like 5 foot, and then you just do it on yourself. Yeah.
Well, no, it's just
How
magical.
much-
It just sprays.
How much water do you actually need to not have that debuff?
Actually, not very much. I just need to submerge myself in water.
Why don't we say that you have a flask, and once a day, this flask grows big enough that you can hop in it, but when you turn it over, nothing comes out.
Sorry, I'm just imagining this freaking glowing, growing potion bottle I just sleep in.
That is adorable.
I love it.
You need to do it,
So,
or I
it can
will
be-
kill you.
It can be used for nothing else other than
Yeah, it's my sleeping bottle. Instead of a
Yeah.
sleeping bag, it's a sleeping
Sleeping
bottle.
bag.
Very adorable.
It's also a very artificer thing to do because artificers are known for
Yeah.
inventing things.
just quick,
Um, also,
Chris,
whenever yes, hi.
what would a good second language be that doesn't break canon?
That would be a question for your DM
Hey DM,
because
is
different
God, how may I
DMs use different
direct your call?
languages differently.
I get common +1. What would be a good
Okay.
+1?
Normally +1s are like, girlfriends or wives or good friend. No, I don't know. Like all languages, like
I mean,
common
like-
is
I mean, to be fair, if it's would it?
We're in a normal society, so
Yeah.
just go for one of the normal society ones,
Yeah.
like gnome, dwarf, elf, orc, one of those.
I mean, you're not going to run into much infernal in
Yeah.
a city.
Yeah.
Also, they made it so you can't take exotic languages at the start unless your thing tells you can, which
Oh.
is rude.
Okay. Cool.
And plus, I've DM'd enough for you that you know how I use language,
yeah.
which is I forget it exists.
Yeah.
correct. Fun
What
fact,
is language?
Grungs don't normally learn Common from the get-go, but I'm gonna assume I know Common from the get-go. For obvious reasons.
Yes.
Because I have
know
an
common.
intelligence of 20. I better know
Yes,
Common.
nice. Yes. What is... I guess I can come up with that. I'm trying to come up with a good city name.
Question.
I could go to what I'm actually using for like a VTuber project I'm working on right now.
That's up to you.
Featureopolis.
Again, side
Oh,
note, Trip.
Yes. Hi.
On the Divine Magic page,
Mhm.
it's got the 5, so I picked the 2
Yeah, you gotta...
spells of whatever the alignment is.
One. You pick one of those.
Okay.
Sorcerers have a tiny spell list, unfortunately. Like, tiny amount of learned spells, which is why they have metamagic.
Yeah.
You choose one based on your deity. So, you choose to either channel their goodness or evilness, or their lawful chaos or neutrality.
Okay.
So if it's a lawful good god, you could choose either bless or cure wounds. If it's a chaotic evil god, you would choose either bane or inflict wounds. If they're like neutral good, you would choose protection from good and evil or cure wounds. If they're true neutral, then you're stuck with protection from good and evil, which is fine because that's an amazing spell.
Okay. So.
And you can still learn any cleric spell of your choice.
Yeah.
So if your spell isn't one of those, it's not a big deal. You can just learn the spell anyway.
Sorcerer.
Oh yeah, what level should we build at, by the way?
What levels?
Yeah, what level should we build us at?
Level 1.
Level 1, okay. In that case, I'm just an artificer for now. I don't get to be technically an alchemist until 3rd, but that's okay. I don't
need
still
to
be a chemist.
Gay.
Yes, you do.
It's part of you.
We already have our token straight guy.
Okay. This may be a dumb question, but like, what actually are hit dice?
Okay, surprised we've not come to this yet. That's your health.
But my hit points.
Yeah.
Are that plus my constitution?
So it would be
your hit dice are your class-based amount of health. It's how you determine how you heal if you don't get a full long rest in. So monks have a D8 hit dice.
Yes. Yes.
Which means you start at level 1, 8 hit points.
Plus my constitution
Plus your
modifier.
con. Yeah. But I was just saying what the point of the hit dice is it's the standard health amount for your class.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and then when I level up, I get a
either you roll
D8.
you roll a D8 or take the average.
Yeah. Some DMs also just tell you to take max.
I've never had that happen.
You have never had a DM say take max.
Never.
At level 1.
At level 1.
Oh no, you always take max at level 1.
See,
that's like part of the written
5
rules.
had you rolling.
Yeah, they changed that.
That's a good change. I like that change.
I thought you were saying like they would just have you take max at every level, and I'm like, I have never heard of that one.
Yeah, no.
I was like, holy crap! Imagine being a barbarian in that situation.
Can I ask a random, just off the beaten path question?
Absolutely.
So the Twisters premiere, which I am so looking forward to that movie, was apparently last night.
Mm-hmm.
Why did PETA show up and protest it?
I think it is animal. Yeah.
Yeah, an animal probably gets splattered by a tornado.
It's a tornado! Oh, they're saying it glorifies animal abuse due to rodeo scenes.
Oh, that actually would track. That would make sense.
Like, I agree that rodeos are horrible, but
rodeos
like...
one of the main characters is like a retired rodeo performer.
My first thing is time and place, but that's me.
Yeah, it's just
a weird headline. PETA protesters at Twisters premiere.
There's a lot of things I would much rather than be protesting that are going on right now.
Yes, a lot.
That are animal related.
Anyway, let's go back to D&D. I just saw that.
D&D, yeah.
Y'all are working on your characters. I'm sitting here
So-
on Reddit.
I should try and rejoin the Roll20 now and make my character sheet in there.
Yes. Pay very close attention to the picture of the campaign.
It's a very cute picture.
That's my doggo.
Oh, I gotta
Lulu
pick a
is so cute.
background.
A
I can't find
background?
a page in Roll20 to create a character, so I've just started doing it on D&D Beyond, but I'm really getting...
It
Okay,
is.
never mind, I have help.
Yep.
Go where?
The advantage of living with another player, they can always just lean over to help you.
Yep.
The Grand Tour is officially canceled.
What Grand Tour?
It was a show that came from Top Gear,
I've never heard of it.
and it's called the Grand Tour, and apparently the production company did.
I need to pick a background. I'm always bad at that.
What were we thinking about the logo again? Did we do the ear thing? On the name?
It's up to you. Y'all are the ones that are setting up this business. You haven't even said whose business it is.
I think we hadn't gotten to that because originally we were going off of Dio's voice in a box idea, but then we realized if we're broke, that doesn't really make sense to have a beneficiary if we're, just starting out and struggling. I need to go take out my dog at some point here soon because I can't remember when she went out last, and I'm the only one here today for most of today.
Doggo.
Let's see. I need to figure out. Let's see. Where do I put my 16?
Every
X
time
or
I make a new
con?
character, I forget what the fuck artisan's tools are.
Artisan tools are. There's a lot of them. I am
Yeah.
the class that revolves around tools, so I think you'll find you won't need to use tools very often.
Yeah, I just need to
I'd
decide on a
recommend-
tool proficiency.
I would recommend Thieves' Tools. Sounds most fitting for you.
Yeah, thank you. That way I don't have to look it up.
I got you.
Just noticed on Dio's overlay, Turtle's camera is literally just one side black, one side green.
What?
I hadn't noticed that either.
Also, I'm going to have to get with my artist to make a modification to the overlay.
What is the
Wait.
required modification?
So the current overlay has, if we go to it, it's probably going to be broken. No, it's good. The current overlay has the names from last year or last campaign.
Oh yeah, we'll have to change
Oh,
those names as we figure out
names,
our
yeah.
character names.
Yes.
Of
I'm
course,
gonna-
that's an easy modification.
Well, I have to get with my artist. Hey, artist. Could we make
Yeah?
that modification?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Ooh,
you're welcome.
I'm
You'll even
better-
get it for free.
Trip.
Ooh.
Hi.
Because Loxodon isn't on Wikidot,
Yeah, it is.
just looked at.
Again, you don't know how to read. I will send you the link to Loxodon, and if you want, I can take a picture of where you would have seen it if you had looked well enough. That's okay.
Not in
I got you.
exotic.
By the way,
not in monstrous.
It is
Turtle.
it is under Ravnica. There you go.
That's why I wouldn't have.
Tur-
Yeah.
Turtle.
Yes.
You have to actually
yes.
click on the race page to see it.
Okay.
With all the work coming your way, I hope a small modification would be free.
Oh yeah, very true. You
I might
already pay me enough.
I'm considering a rare thing. I might not take a +2 in my main stat to do a 1/1/1.
I did a 1/1/1
Whoa.
too because it makes much more sense because I had it
Yeah.
actually affected the modifiers more.
Because I have almost exclusively odd numbers. If I do 1/1/1, I'll have 19 intelligence,
Yeah. Oh.
16 dexterity, and 16 con or wisdom.
I may now have 118, 3 16s, 115, and 112.
Since I'm supposed to be a smarticle particle, I'm probably going to do that and then just take a hybrid feat at 4th level. I think that makes the most sense. So sorry,
Yeah, I
intelligence,
think-
you're not fit 20, you are 19 now. I have removed an IQ point from myself.
You hit yourself on the head.
Bonk.
Right. If I get those proficiencies, then I probably shouldn't choose them because I already get them anyway.
Correct.
Cool.
If you get the option for a proficiency twice, if it's a skill, you can choose a skill of your choice to replace it.
Mm.
So it gives you a little freedom there. So yeah, now my stats are 11, 16, 13, 14, 19, 16, 10. I almost got exclusively odd numbers, which is wild.
There is somebody in the party who is rocking 3 10s.
No.
Tragic.
Well, okay, so I will
Well,
tell you.
That's still above average, well above average. The average D&D character has a negative and 2 stats, so.
I will go ahead and tell you what I base, because y'all know if you have a bad roll, I have you re-roll it because that's more fun.
Mm.
My cutoff is 10. Right now, if you get like all 10s, you're going to re-roll it. But
Yes.
you know, at 10, it's like, okay, no, that's a double-digit number. You got to rock it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's, and then, you know, yeah, like when you're sitting at 3 10s, it's like, God, I really want you to re-roll it, but I can't. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. One more 10, and it would have been at least one re-roll.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm looking through backgrounds because Book of Many Things also
Oh.
added some neat backgrounds.
So if I
background.
decide that my monk proficiencies are insight and then stealth, then for the tabaxi I have perception, but because I already have stealth, I can just choose investigation,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Trip.
Can't do that.
Hi.
I'm struggling to find it on the page. Loxodon proficiencies.
I don't think they get any.
Okay.
Oh?
I don't think they get any skill proficiencies because they get a frick ton of abilities.
Okay, cool.
Because they get
That seems
powerful
fair.
build, Loxodon Serenity, natural armor, trunk, and keen smell. They get 5 racial
Dear
abilities.
Lord.
So they don't get any skills.
Yeah, that's fair.
I assume on the Mythweaver's character sheet, the little checkbox next to the save of the stats is the proficient in saves, right?
Yes. It also does all the
Cool.
math for you on there too. But
Yeah.
Anna did make our characters on Roll20 if you want to build them on Roll20. I'll probably build on both like I normally do.
Well, I already started on the Mythweaver, so I'll do the main shit there, and then I can just copy
Pop
paste.
it over, yeah. See, don't forget to choose a background. If you don't feel like choosing a background, you can just choose 2 skills and a choice of 2 languages, 2 tools, etc.
Mm,
2 miscellaneous proficiencies is what they're technically called.
yeah.
If we're being technical, pushes up glasses.
I can actually do that. Hold on. Actually,
Actually.
you gotta get the snort in there though.
Oh, see, I do the snort when I'm on a roll. They gotta snort when they're excited. I'm looking through things, stuffing things.
I'm sitting here watching Bunny Cam because Lulu. The reason I got up was because Lulu was standing by my door that's closed and had her tail between her legs and looked miserable. And I'm like, oh, I have to let you out.
Oh, baby. Beautiful
So
baby.
Lulu is now outside of my room.
Did you know I
I am your hero.
No.
Oh, did I ruin it?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Apparently, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I might take the rewarded background, which is, hey, you got a risk you did paid off once, and now your life is better for it. Which would probably be them getting the breakthrough to make the bottle. What's that called? The sleeping. What would I call it?
What do you want to call it? It's your invention.
I came up with a pun for it earlier, and it was funny, and I can't remember what it was. I think I said it was like a sleeping
sleeping tube, or a sleeping bottle.
Sleeping bottle, that's it. But that sounds like a bottle of sleeping potion, so I might change that name. But that's the one I'm thinking of because it gives you basically an equivalent to lucky which sounds like which makes sense for this alchemist who's just kind of constantly pushing their luck, trying to do shit that is probably outside of their skill set. Alternatively, I could take one of the ones that makes my cantrips less bad, because artificers don't get many cantrips.
Right.
But I always hoard cantrips as a character, and I should try not to do that for once.
Again, being dumb.
Hi. What's up?
Divine souls don't get any proficiency, do they?
No. Divine souls get the benefit of, congratulations, you have 2 fucking spell lists, you lucky fuck. They are the strong, they're definitely the strongest sorcerer. It's just hands down.
And then no additional cantrips, no additional levels on spells.
Yeah, no, you do get additional level 1 spell. Remember, we talked about that earlier, based on what your source of divinity is.
Yeah.
You get it, instead of being like Aberrant Mind or Clockwork Soul, where they give you a couple extra spells, you get 2 spell lists instead. And 1 free spell.
And a question for you.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm
Earlier on, no, you're not. Sorry. Earlier on, you said that we had to have either investigation or perception. Is that the skill proficiencies? We put that on there.
Correct.
Okay, I've got 2 boxes, so can I pick perception and insight?
Yeah, as long as one is perception or the
Investigation.
Inside?
that's it, investigation. I have
Investigation isn't on my list. Insight is, but not investigation.
You can get investigation from your background.
So just so all the players know, there is currently so here's my little tip that I actually really like. If you ever have like a list of things that you just want to tell chat really quick and leave up, open up Notepad and then put it on your overlay, but then reverse the colors. So you get this very nice like black box.
I've never tried reversing the colors for that.
Yeah, it's a black box, but then when you type, it just turns out clear.
Oh.
So yeah, so like
I was wondering how you color match that so well.
Yeah, it's actually just Notepad, and right now my saying is just brain has shut off. Send help.
Fair.
No,
Yeah, I accidentally found that out, and it works so well. So like, if you have like a list of things, I'm going to do this first. Then
wait, how do I know what the roll to attack is with
Math. Monks use dex for literally all of their attacks. As you will find when you read the martial arts feature.
Modifier for the attack.
Yeah. You get to choose strength or dex for everything, but since your class is built around dex, it'll be dex.
Oh, I haven't even thought about background yet.
Oh, so I just put the modifier in the field.
Mm-hmm. When you move it over to roll 20, it does some of that math for you.
There's so many backgrounds.
There are so many backgrounds. I'm scrolling, and debating.
I'm scrolling.
No.
I'm gonna move over all my racial stuff last, just because most of it's just the individual like abilities I have from being a little frog. I do find it funny that for the grung section, when it comes to alignment, it says most grungs are lawful, having been raised in a strict caste system. They tend towards evil as well, coming from a culture where social advancement occurs rarely. I'm not planning on being a little mad scientist frog, but I just found that
would be hilarious.
The way that's they're going to be a little mad sciencey, but not evil. They're just going to be kind of wacky. It's the wacky silly little frog.
What is a mess kit and what is a piton?
Mess kit is food. A baton is, or a patin is a climbing tool.
Also keep in
Well, I
mind
don't
that...
need a climbing tool, do I?
Yeah, we can both just innately climb because we're cool like that.
Also, keep in mind that the rule of needing food and water is not in effect. Repeat, not in effect.
All my homies hate that.
Hate that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as you have some sort of food on you, then I'm going to assume you have food for every day.
As long as you're not destitute and homeless and poor and have no money, you can find food somehow.
But you guys
Oh,
Even
are
then,
could
you
get
just
a
starting
crowbar,
out,
though.
so
Yeah.
would you have a bunch of money for food?
Nah. But I'm a frog, so I eat bugs, so it doesn't really matter. I eat bugs.
Fair.
A crowbar might be worth.
Crowbars are surprisingly goated.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that, even if I don't
What-
need to put on.
It would make sense. It would make
Yeah.
sense that you would have
Pity.
that too, being in an investigative agency.
Also, it
Yeah.
seems like you're gonna be like you're our, what I was thinking is like kind of our morally gray, like, walks the line.
uh,
The one who would
So-
get their hands dirty.
Who's the one that falls into the burning ring of fire?
I'm assumed that'd be the one who could summon a ring of fire.
Or the one
Feel
next to the one that summons it.
I feel like nobody got that reference, and
Nope.
that kind of makes me sad.
Yeah,
Johnny
obviously,
Cash
it's deep-
songs.
Yeah, that's.
I walk the
Burning
line,
ring of
ring of
fire.
fire.
I thought that was a freaking great, like. No one got it. Too American. It's too American for them.
I'll just put the pack in here, and then I'll put the actual inventory.
Yeah.
Shit.
If it helps, you'll probably never use a baton, and you'll probably never use a crowbar either. But of them,
But-
crowbars are more useful.
But
It
no,
is
they're both in
now-
the same. They're both in the same, but the other pack just has a mess kit and a bedroll.
What's the other kit? Remind me. Like, what are your two kit options that you're talking about?
There's no other kit.
Then what do you? I'm so confused. What
I'm
you're trying to
deciding
convey.
between Dungeoneer's pack and Explorer's pack.
Oh, yeah. They don't. It doesn't really matter. It's at the end of the day, it doesn't super matter. Their contents are almost identical, and you'll almost never
Yeah.
use any of the stuff inside them,
Yeah,
except for like rope.
yeah, both of them have that, so.
Yeah,
I'll be
and you'll
fine.
probably not use rope because you have a climbing speed of 30 feet.
Well, but maybe I need to help other people climb.
That's what we have magic for. Also, I forgot to. You said that none of the tiny races have the tiny move speed, right?
Correct.
Hooray! I get 5 more movement speed as a whittle flog.
There we go. I think I have fixed my note for this stream.
I need to BRB because my gut is telling me my dog needs me. I'm gonna trust
Okay.
my gut and go check on my dog.
Go check on your dog. Anna, can I
hi,
ask a
dead man.
question?
Sure, you can ask.
Sorry to interrupt you. Hello. Under the background tab where I'm creating my character, it's asking for personality traits, ideal, bond, and flaw. What does bond mean? Is that
on your background
That would be
page? there's- Sorry.
you're not Anna?
Why do people like everybody seems to be me today? I'm going to change my name again. So bonds are like people close to you.
Okay, so can I
So,
leave that
for
empty?
example-
Or
Yeah, for example, like last campaign when you and Dio were good friends, that would have been in your bond category.
right? Okay.
But those are mostly used for RP and just to help you kind of keep track of who you're close with, who you're not, that type of thing.
Sure. I'll leave it empty for now.
Also, Dio, when was the last time you checked your chat? I typed in, "Hey Dio, fix turtle on the overlay 20 minutes ago."
Turtle hasn't put their cam back on yet, which is why it hasn't been fixed.
Oh, sorry. I
How
forgot that.
very rude. But the kitty's kind of cute.
Yeah. Thank you. He is very cute. And that is
Yeah.
what I will be looking like soon.
Aw.
I won't be able to do that for the first few sessions though, because I will be in Scotland,
But that
and
seems
I
like a
don't think
poor
I have space in my
excuse.
backpack to carry a cat costume around.
The hell you don't. Get a bigger
You think
backpack.
you
Sorry.
I have.
room?
I need to
I-
pack one suitcase for 3 weeks.
So
Ouch.
what I ended up doing is I got a backpacking backpack. It's like those really super big ones It's like, I think it's an 85-liter one. And I swear, I was able to, on the trip to Niagara Falls, I packed my normal clothes that I would. I packed a large stuffed animal that I sleep with. I packed another backpack inside of this thing and still had room. So that's the key.
A question. It says for the darts, it says range 20/60. What does that mean?
So
Why are there
you
two
would,
numbers?
so you would get your normal range for it is up to 20 feet, and then
Mm-hmm.
you get disadvantage up to 60 feet, and then past then you just are out of range.
Oh, because it's too close.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
Well, too far away. Far away.
10 plus dex plus wisdom. Oh, math.
Do I choose a
Mean-
Dungeoneer's pack or an Explorer's pack?
That is
'Cause
up
it
to you.
doesn't tell me what's in it, I don't think,
You
unless I
can-
missed it.
You can Google what's in them.
Okay.
So a Dungeoneer's pack in 5th edition includes a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 kittens, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of rations, which nobody cares about, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
Okay.
What's the other one? An Explorer's pack?
Yeah.
An Explorer's pack has a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
Let's go for that one. Thank you.
Now, keep in mind that you will never use the mess kit. You'll never be asked to eat food, so no rations and no water. So
Fair.
unless you use it
I'll
for
go with the one with the longer rope.
Well, they both have 50 feet of hempen rope.
Oh, okay. I misremembered
Uh,
from the first one then.
The difference is that the Dungeoneer's pack doesn't have the mess kit in it, the cooking stuff, but it does have a crowbar, hammer, 10 pitons, which I don't know what they are.
The little things
10
you put in the rocks to climb with.
10 torches and 10 torches. So that's the main
Okay.
difference.
There. Okay.
What's the point of being able to roll a d4 in place of the normal damage?
Say again?
I can roll a dice in place of the normal damage for an on-strike or a monk weapon. Or I guess it's probably with high levels, so the dice might be bigger than the actual damage for the strike
Yeah.
or weapon. Okay. Because currently it's not useful at all.
That, and there's always the thing of, if let's say you're supposed to roll or it does a set amount of damage, which is rare, but it does happen. So you have an opportunity to roll higher than you do for the other one. But in this case, it would probably be to do it just to reduce damage. This is a weird part of streaming day zero when y'all are like doing the more personal stuff, and I'm just sitting here just like, and I'm God and I have nothing to do.
God can relax for a minute before all hell breaks loose.
Hey, you down there. I'm streaming. No relax. Only stream.
Hey, Jude. Don't be gay.
He can be gay.
Fun fact, I only recently realized that refers to Jude as in the name. Because
Yes.
in German, the word that is spelled Jude is the word for Jew.
Yes, so it is.
And I first got introduced to the title of that song without knowing it's English and means something different.
So
It
did you
does.
think?
Yes, so it does.
Did you think it was like a fascist anthem or something for a long time?
I have no idea what I thought. I think I just didn't think, mainly.
Yeah, that could be. Also sitting here debating whether or not I want to start a Terraria series.
Planning on starting a Terraria series soon.
Well, it just it became one of the largest selling video games of all time, didn't it?
Yeah, and we did that, but we kind of fucked about with it a lot, didn't we?
No, that was our first playthrough. I just
Yeah.
want to point that out. That was our very first playthrough, and I still have clips. But that was our first playthrough, and I don't think we beat the wall. No, we beat the wall of flesh, but we did not get into hardcore.
I'm also enjoying some food, so I'm going to be a little quieter for a little bit.
Terraria is one of the
consume.
best-selling video games of all
Munch
time,
away.
selling 58.7 million copies as of 2024. I'm not going to lie, I might have 2 or 3 copies.
I have it on mobile and on PC, so yeah, I have it on 2.
Trip.
I have it on Switch and I have it on PC.
For the last cantrip, mending or prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation, because you have an artificer. You will never need mending.
Got it.
Because I exist.
Well,
Also
I already figured out what I'm calling Dio.
Prestidigitation is like also one of the best cantrips in the game.
Dio sitting here with Leoris as a name. Is that your final name?
Why?
Let me double check. That's what I thought. Do you remember the first boss in Diablo 3?
No.
Was named Leoric, the Skeleton King. God, my brain is just on.
Never played Diablo.
I love Diablo 3. Like, if I'm doing a game that I would just want to play mindlessly, you know, that relaxation stage where you're just laying in bed, playing something because you're not yet tired and just want to wear out, like, that's Diablo time for me.
Cool.
It's very fun.
I probably have every bit of 800 or so hours into the Switch version, and then maybe an additional like 200 hours on PC.
Dang, nice.
See, I have Diablo 4. However, you can't really run it on Mac.
Nope. That sounds right.
So for a while I had a trial of a program that would let you run it, but then the trial ran out, and it's very expensive, and I haven't really looked into other ways to run it yet.
Fair.
I would offer a trade, but I have nothing that runs on Mac to offer as trade.
I think I figured out while I was outside an idea for a snippet of backstory, because I assume we're characters who are like gonna have reasons why we're here and at the agency, but also we have reasons why we do what we do. I came up with my reason for why I do what I do, and why I would rent out my lab to y'all and work with y'all and join y'all.
The only thing I ask backstory wise is give a reason on how y'all met.
Okay.
I was actually going to ask them about that, because that depends which of y'all founded the agency. If I'm canonically who you're getting your housing from for now and not the founder, who did?
Say that again?
If we decided that I'm who we're, place you're squatting at, but I didn't actually found the agency, which one of you did?
Well, did we even determine that you didn't found it?
That's true. If none of y'all want to, I could make that work too.
Yeah, because it kind of works with you wanting to do it and having the room for it, us wanting to do it, but not having the room for it, so it's never come off the ground. So we've kind of, I don't know, met in Tesco one day and made it work, or met in a pub one day and started talking about it. And
my idea is that my character saw a wanted ad for for y'all needing a space. My character meets with you, takes a liking to you guys, rents you the space, but also works with you using, my chemistry-ness to help solve crimes.
Yeah, that works.
Like someone who didn't expect themselves to become an investigator, but due to the way life happens, that's the position they find themselves in.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Partially because I don't want to be the party leader for a third time.
Yeah, that's fair. So, I've just found a different source note for Rabbit Folk.
Yes, that's the old UA version.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Because saying that, like, one thing that Wikidoc hasn't mentioned is dark vision, which would...
Don't have dark vision.
Well, rip me, I guess.
I don't know where that misconception came from. Rabbits are have horrible eyesight.
Yeah, they're very cute, but they're blind as fuck.
Yeah. So it makes sense why they wouldn't have dark vision, because canonically rabbits can't see worth a shit. I also don't have dark vision as a frog, which makes sense because frogs sleep at night, like most animals. Tabaxi have dark vision. I don't think Loxodon have dark vision either.
I'm a cat. Meow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dio, our classes give us ways to get around dark vision. Obviously, sorcerers get the dark vision spell.
Yeah.
Artificers get the ability to craft dark vision goggles, eventually, that can give them dark vision if they wear them. If also, I'm going to be using a lot of fire, because I'm the alchemist subclass makes you really good at two things. Fire and acid.
Fair. Yeah.
So I'm probably going to be using a lot of fire and acid, so me carrying around a torch is not going to be a problem. Also, want to hear my hot take? Dark vision only matters when you're in the wilderness.
Yeah.
If you're urban combat settings, there's no reason why you would need to use dark vision unless you're fighting in a building with all the lights out for some reason or something like that. Dark vision doesn't come up all that often in urban settings, I find. And it sounds like this is definitely going to be more of an urban setting. If I'm understanding correctly.
Which may or may not have a very extensive sewer system.
Nice. Oh, my character would love the sewer! A happy little frog in the sewer. I'm immune to poison as well, so I could probably just vibe in the mucky water.
There you go.
Anna,
Hi, that's me. Hello.
do you already know if we'll do XP based or milestone based leveling?
XP.
Okay.
The sign of the cross.
You lost me somewhere. I'm not gonna lie.
I did the sign of the cross, and I was narrating my action.
Oh.
It's very brave of you to do XP leveling. It's not something I personally do.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I just rethought this. We're going to do milestone whenever I feel like it leveling.
Yeah, because that was the problem we had with the first campaign, where we leveled up out of control very quickly.
Yeah.
Just because XP is in a week of adventuring, you're level 5.
Not to mention too that requires math, and I'm from Kentucky.
Do I have to pick a deity?
No.
You're
Okay.
a monk.
Yeah, monks don't need to. You're good.
Okay.
Cool.
Bit of a question because of something Trib just said, and it kind of triggered. Trib, you said something about it being set in quite an urban sort of area. Are we naming a city that we're in, or are we just calling it
I think
the
Anna
city or home?
She was working on that.
Hi, God here. I'm still working on that. Actually,
Okay.
I'll do what I normally do for this. I'll even show. I'm sorry, I'm missing. Yeah, Mika, that's fine. What you sent me like an hour ago is fine. So
Thanks. It was only about 10 minutes.
I'll even do this on stream. Here's how I come up with names in anything. Let's just start.
I more meant we can just base it in like London, Chicago.
Juniper City.
You know,
What'd you say?
It is now called Juniper City.
Cool.
That's adorable.
oh,
So the way my mind works is like I will start out with like, and this is going to sound stupid, but just like put a just put a letter down, whatever it is, and then just like, okay, what sounds good after that? So put down J, and it's like JU. That's a good thing. Words with JU. Juniper. Cool. That is literally my thought process.
it works.
I mean, barely.
Just
It works well enough.
yeah.
It's
Hey, Thunderbuddy, did you just wake up and realize you had a tweet there?
adding that to my definitely my always used cheat sheet.
Oh, Anna.
Persum, I forgot about that forest fire.
Miss God.
Yes. Who
Miss Scott,
comes
madam,
before
please.
me?
It is I, your unnamed cat monk.
Okay.
I feel like with the way of the shadow and being more morally grey in general, we probably won't really have that problem with having to do something that doesn't align with my morals.
But we might.
We might.
So when it comes to morals, it's not like you can be good, but then be okay with theft for food.
Mhm.
Right?
There are different levels to different kinds of morals. Like, being a lawful good doesn't mean you follow the same list of rules. Different people on different parts of on the same part of the alignment chart can believe in different things.
Yeah.
So if you have here's a great one. Let's say that a person is being held hostage. All right, you find them, and the only way you're able to get that person back is if you kill somebody else. But your moral state that you cannot kill.
That's what we call a moral conundrum.
Oh my
And
god.
I absolutely don't like putting people in those. Says the DM.
Says
who
the
had a
person that
player-
made the party killer player character.
Yeah. And not to mention that the big, and I guess I can go ahead and
Yeah, go for it.
The big, you know what I'm about to say, don't you?
I do.
The big reveal that was going to happen, my little touch, my little salt bay into the pudding, if you will, was one of the players was secretly working against the party the entire time.
Oh.
And I had to modify it. They were going to be the big bad guy at the end, but I modified it so they were like corrupted throughout the entire campaign until it was determined what corrupted them. And
A
the
bitch.
the team, the players were going to have to make the decision of either kicking their own player's ass and either killing them or somehow disabling them without killing them, or
My ass was great though.
or
Sorry.
be killed by the actual party. No. This isn't you, Turtle. This was. It started out as Trip was supposed to be the
Yay.
one being corrupted the
Murderized.
entire time you were playing last time.
Murder.
So that was going to be the big reveal at the end, but we never got there.
That's okay.
Mhm.
It happens.
Alright. At this point, it probably makes more sense to do this in Roll20.
Alrighty. I
What
think like
is-
the only. What's up?
What is overland speed? What
How
is
fast you walk.
overland?
Over
Yeah.
land, like how fast you walk on land.
Or run, or crawl.
It's a term
Well,
that
it doesn't
usually
matter. I won't be using this anyway. I'll be using the Roll20 character sheet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm considering a thing. So, I'm considering if I want to use any of the existing Grung lore, or just chuck it out the window.
Okay.
Grung lore is that your color decides your role in society,
Okay.
based on what color frog you are. I'm not sure I want to keep that. I'm debating. But this is someone who's left Grung society anyway. So I could go either direction. They could either be someone who was like, because it's based on like how common your color is. So if you're just a green frog, you're like working class. Warriors, hunters, and laborers. Blues were typically your artisans, etc. Whereas if you're like orange or gold, that means you're like important. I could either go like they're an unimportant color and left Grung society because they wanted to be valued, or reverse the trope, and they were one of like the important colors, red, orange, and gold, and went, this is way too much pressure and responsibility. Screw you guys. I'm going to go live with other species. Haven't decided which one I'm going to go for though. Or I could just kick them both out the window.
I will not hold you to Grunk lore if you don't want.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to use Grung lore.
Just because I want to see the frog talking on top of your little mushroom head.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done green anyway, because I would have either been blue, which is artisans, which is what artificers are. Purples are traditionally like administrators, which I wouldn't be. Red are the magic users. Orange and gold are like the ruling class.
Gotcha.
I'm also considering how or if I'm going to use my character's poisonous skin in any way. Because
I mean, if somebody can scrape it off of your back, I'm sure they can use it as a poison.
Oh yeah, that's actually part of the class feature. My poison can be applied to piercing weapons as part of the attack.
If somebody licks you, do they get high?
They die.
Well, that's not nearly.
Or they
fun.
start to die. They experience 1 minute of the poison condition.
But it doesn't say that the poison condition doesn't include getting high.
They could get high, I guess.
I want to get high.
It could be what impairs them.
It don't.
But I'm actually considering doing something that alchemists typically don't do and wield a weapon to take advantage of me being poisonous. Because artificers can do cool things with weapons, like make their weapons come back to them when thrown and neat things like that.
Is it bad? I'm just now imagining like halfway through a battle, Dio runs over to you and you're like, "Ugh," and he goes, "Let me scrape you."
Yeah, that's bad. My character would probably bottle up their venom for their party to use, because, I'm a chemist. But I do love the idea of, like, when in doubt, the monk just picks me up and throws me on an enemy, so I make skin contact with them and poison them.
I'd love to throw you.
Thank you.
But doesn't that mean I also make skin contact?
Unless you wear gloves. Which
I could have like fingerless gloves for fashion.
Fashion. Oh my god, my chat just said, would my little bottle be Frog Boy bathwater?
Ah!
I hate it here. It's hilarious, don't get me wrong. But also so cursed.
I hate having to choose alignments.
I typically don't choose my alignment off the get-go. I figure it out later. As I play them, I figure out what their alignment's like.
Yeah, it's just with the race. I can just leave it at choose. Probably won't force me to.
Yep. I think I'm built. I just gotta pick my. I'm mentally built. I now need to literally build.
Those arms you got in that PNG, yeah, they look stacked, bro.
What is it? You making fun of my little arms? My cute little arms?
I'd flex, but my arms broke.
Good.
No.
making fun of my little. This is not even my final form. I choose to
I
look cute
know
and cuddly.
it was a joke. It was a joke. Here, I'll pet
They're
you. Make you
perfect
feel
for
better.
holding
Hold on.
hurt me.
hearts.
I don't have my gun. I don't have it set up for me to pull out my gun yet. I'm working on that to make my PNG turn to my gun emoji.
There is a way where I can actually show like what my hands are doing, and it has tracking. I'm just too lazy to look it up.
That's fair. Also, question. This is an optional rule for artificers. Does this world have guns?
No.
No.
The most they have, I will give you this. Okay, so
Well, I in no way need guns. It's just something. It's part of the artificer class to ask. It literally says, check with your DM if guns exist in your campaign.
so I'm going to say there is one specific item called a boomstick. Okay, but the boomstick, think of very early on
Blunderbuss?
weaponry where it was just
Yeah.
kind of point in general direction and pray. That is where the technology for guns is at the moment.
The reason I was asking is because artificers get gun options for their weapons and infusions to go with them. So I just won't use those, which is fine because I kind of like the idea of me using like a dart or a dagger or something. That comes back to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of guns in D&D.
Fair.
I think D&D is supposed to be fantasy, and to sit there and take like, okay, here's a modern day. Well, of
I've
course
never-
it's not perfectly modern day, but like
Mhm.
modern day weapon. It's like that's not a D&D thing to me.
Yeah, I never have been in one where it's like modern. Actually, no, I have been in one with modern day guns. That campaign was a nightmare. But I typically I'm typically fine with it because a lot of the tropes that we draw from like cowboys, samurais, ninjas, all of those used guns historically.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually something I've been working on, but I haven't had time to finish. Is Tripp's Tome of Firearms. It's a supplement I started making for 5e about 2 years ago when I was still an active DM. That's a whole bunch of guns from history made into magic items with stats and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the more romanticized version of fantasy.
Very fair.
Not
You know
like
what-
damsel in distress shit, but more just
Right.
like, here's a sword. Here's some stuff you can shoot out of your hands. Go have fun.
Congrats, Dio, on rolling a nat 1 on your first initiative roll.
Yeah, I just
Great.
accidentally clicked the button, and yeah, that
Mhm.
went very well.
I am one thing I still find criminal, for whatever reason, even though artificers get a ton of stuff to use hand crossbows, they don't get proficiency in hand crossbows.
Really?
They just expect you to use a gun instead. Which is why you get proficiency in guns instead. But you don't get proficiency in base D&D's version of a gun. The reason I was checking is because that uses piercing damage, so I could use that with my poisonous skin poison instead of like a dagger or a dart.
I wanted to ask, everybody cool with July 27th being the first game?
Sounds like a damn free.
So not next
Yeah,
week, the
sounds
week after.
good.
Yeah.
I am free until 5 p.m. that day.
Well, that's perfect because we don't typically go past 5 p.m.
Yippee!
That's 10
Yeah, that-
o'clock for us, isn't it?
9.
Yeah.
What?
No, 10.
What?
I can count.
What?
Okay.
We
I
can-
can working out time differences.
It's 10, yeah.
Yeah, thank
for
you.
you.
I'm confused now.
time zones. They were trying to do time zone
Right.
math.
I understand that, but they're ahead of us.
Yep.
So 5 p.m. for you is 10 p.m. for us.
Mhm.
Okay. Because the way you were talking, it sounded like you were talking about in the morning. I'm just like, wait a minute.
No, I am not getting
No.
up at 3 a.m. to play D&D with you guys.
Hey, I Friedman almost actually woke up at like 9:30 his time to stream yesterday with me, so
I have to wake up at 9 a.m. my time every day this week for streaming.
oh, shut up. I wake up at 7:30 every morning, Monday through Friday.
5:30.
You also
Yeah.
don't have to put all your joints back into alignment when you wake up for the day. That's
You're
why
right.
I
starting
just
at 9
don't wake
a.m.
up
sucks.
ever.
You're right. I only have to do half, but
Yeah.
the only reason I have to wake up that early is to put my dad's shoes and socks on him and possibly drive him. That's it. Other than that, I'd be up at like 11, 12.
Tomorrow I go live for the day at 8 in the morning.
Ow.
Ouch.
Yep.
Why?
Time zones. Time zones.
Time zones are a scam.
I'm kicking off the
Unrelated.
I'm kicking
I've
off
been big time
the
zones.
the Spoon Platoon disability event, which is going to be 2 weeks.
Sorry,
of
that really
continuous-
made me laugh. The spoon
I love the
platoon.
name.
I like that.
It's a 2-week long raid train of different disabled creators. I'm going to be on it like 4 times throughout the week.
Oh, wow.
I'm hosting it 2 days, and I'm joining on 2 different slots. So I'm going to be
Turtle.
a very busy shroom.
Turtle,
Yeah.
did you say you had a question?
Kind of. I just wanted to know if anyone had an idea of what background would be useful.
I don't know.
I've
Yeah.
chosen my background, but I did it based on my based on my character's backstory. I think I'm one of the
Yeah.
last people who care about backgrounds in 5e. Like, I think I'm one of the last people who care and like try and pick one that fits. At this point, it's like choose 2 skills, choose 2 miscellaneous skills, and part of 2024 D&D is you're just like throwing a feat into every existing background for some reason as well, because they've learned that the game is terrible at low levels, so they're trying to make it less terrible at low levels by giving you a feat at level 1.
Oh.
Which is, when I DM, I give my players a feat at level 1 anyway, so it's not changed anything for me, but I know it's been decisive in the community.
I mean, I would rather have more fun than care about, like, oh, this is
Precisely.
impure.
Precisely. I am much more of a fan of the fun stuff. And feats give you fun little extra things, and I like fun things. So I like giving my players lots of little doodads that they can
Yeah.
use.
Doodads.
Oh,
Doodad.
no, I'm not going to say that because that can be hell.
What does that mean?
I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking. When God thinks, everybody should go, "Oh God."
Yes.
I do it silently typically.
Oh God!
Oh no, what's gonna
No.
happen next?
I was sitting there thinking, if y'all are private investigators, then y'all would probably have magnifying glasses. But then if I give you a magnifying glass, you're going to ask for a, this must give us an increase on our perception checks because we're looking at it close. And then I went, this is a terrible idea.
Do you want to hear something absolutely hilarious?
What?
Always.
Artificers have a thing for that at level 4.
If you want to make it, that's fine. But like getting
No, I'm
one
saying,
for
like,
free.
No, I mean, like, they have a class feature where it's, if you use a tool as part of a skill check, you get a tiny bonus to it.
Oh.
And one of
Like
the
a
suggested
plus
things
1.
is, it's your proficiency bonus.
If-
It's, or rather your skill bonus, your tool bonus, sorry, because you get at like level 6 or 7, you get to double your proficiency bonus with tools. So it eventually becomes very useful to use a tool as part of an important check. But, in early levels, it's like, one of the suggested things is, use a magnifying glass on an important perception or investigation check, is one of the things it recommends you do. So I found that funny.
Also,
I
If
will
the
say this.
background skills I
It-
already have, can I again choose a random one how I like?
Yep.
Cool.
I will
whatever
say this.
that star that's floating around, Anna.
Yes,
It's
you have
stuck-
to jump to catch it.
Yes, but it's
Yeah.
not
Oh.
leaving the full reactive.
Because it's stuck behind the wall.
Oh, poor thing.
It's gone now.
Bye.
Yeah, you can actually see I have a wall set up. So you guys don't walk on actually I could probably do.
But yeah, that's a class feature for artificers. Like, I'm getting it in place of something like, I get it at the same level where bards typically get the ability to use bardic inspiration every short rest instead of every long rest. So it's not as good as it sounds, because I'm giving up like an actual core class feature to be slightly better at a thing if I use a tool for a thing.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not just like, hey, you get this for free. It's like it's your ability for the level. So it's not quite as good as it sounds.
I'm in a fight with something. Hold on. Got it. God.
Congrats.
Now, one of the blocks I had was being hidden by a menu. There we go. Thank you guys. I'm
Ooh.
protected.
You know how you were joking about drugs?
Oh god.
Drugs?
You were joking about grung drugs?
Yeah.
I'm
I never
reading-
joke about jugs.
Jugs?
Jugs? I never joke about those either.
I'm reading grung lore. In grung lore, they have a hallucinogenic herbal drug tonic that changes their color.
That's kind of cool.
Really?
So they canonically make drugs to change what they look like. Based.
Fair.
That gives me an idea.
Oh no.
Technically, is like climbing up buildings more acrobatics or more athletics?
Climbing is athletics and balancing is acrobatics.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
But you are a race with natural climbing speed, so you don't need to make any checks regarding climbing unless you're doing something abnormal while climbing.
The only reason I know that is I pissed off a DM so bad that she took away trees.
Incredible.
So what happened was I was playing it was actually our big like 8-year campaign. I was playing as a hunter or a ranger, and this was back when ranger spells were worth a damn.
Hey, rangers have some good spells. They just don't get them as soon as they should.
So I picked up a spell called brachiation, and also a climbing feat, a climbing spell, which gave me a +10 to climb. And then brachiation made it so that I got a +10 to acrobatics checks. So I would actually, first thing I would do in combat is I would cast those two spells, climb a tree, and immediately everybody had disadvantage against me. So I'd just be raining down arrows from a tree, never getting hit no matter where I was. And it got to the point where our DM was like, no, there are no climbable trees anywhere.
I actually did a similar thing with my ranger in 5e. I was a fairy ranger. My first turn would always be to fly up somewhere high, go prone, put my shield on my back, and just snipe. When you're prone, range attacks have disadvantage against you. Put the shield on my back, so like I kind of turtle up, give me extra cover. So range attacks against me would also have to would get, I think it's a -2 penalty, and I would just be a prone little fairy shooting my rifle.
Fair.
It was great. The DM loved it.
I can't hit you, damn it!
He found it hilarious because he was just like it's creative, its rules is written, and it's what your character would do. I'm not mad. I'm impressed. Though, if you could kill my combatants a little slower, I would appreciate it.
We that 8-year campaign, I ended up getting every single archery feat minus horseback.
Oh.
That's it. Like
Mounted combat is so much fun in 5e, but it's so hard to actually make a character who can do it.
We just never had the opportunity, even though we were rich enough that we donated after that Black Dragon fight. We donated all the copper and silver because there was too much. And when we came back to the town, they had melted it all down and made statues of all 8 of us.
That's really cool.
Out of it. But yeah, like even though we were that rich, we just never saw the point of having a horse.
I've wanted to play a paladin on horseback because they get that like find familiar but for a magical mount, and that just seems cool. I did it once as a for a one shot and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I once shot.
What's up?
No, nothing. Just
Okay.
ticks.
Gotcha. I've decided my color. I've decided my background. I'm just doing the things, doing the level 1 things. I don't have to choose spells because artificers prepare their spells like clerics.
Mhm.
I don't technically have to choose my cantrips either because I can prepare cantrips, but I know what two I'm going to use. I'm going to use Acid Splash and I'm going to use Guidance because I only get 2 cantrips.
I would like to announce that one of my personality traits is I don't like to bathe.
Fair.
Oh, lucky us.
I mean, you're a cat. You
Have fun.
clean yourself.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
lick yourself.
That's literally a thing cats do is they bathe constantly.
Well, yeah, but it's not bathing in a bathtub.
It's literally called cat bath. It's literally called a cat bath.
Well, yeah, but it's different.
So you cat bath, you don't bathe.
Yeah, I don't like actual water. I like doing it
Oh.
myself.
You don't like water. That'll be interesting, given I'm a fucking tree frog.
Oh my god, I'll get to hiss.
Don't eat me.
Maybe this is just me developing a persona.
Maybe this is your furry awakening?
That's already happened.
Okay, cool. I've decided I'm gonna be a purple frog, and I am gonna go with that idea of them being like, hey, why is it just because I'm the color I am that you expect things of me? Fuck you guys, I'm out.
Fuck
And they
this
took their-
shit, I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mostly
on,
just
I'm
because
expla-
purple is just the most fun of those colors.
I'm explaining the intricacies of VTubing to somebody right now.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh, now I have to se- is my little grung gonna have a cute little voice? Or are they just gonna talk like a person, but just be
Up to
little?
you. That's up to you. That's not up to me.
I know, I've got to think about it.
Yeah.
Depends how draining that is to do on the stream all the time. Like, you kind of did it for Jag, but it was more of a tone of voice than an actual full-on voice, wasn't it?
Well, I did a full-on voice for Zilk for... I talked like this for Zilk for the entire goddamn campaign, and it never wavered. I never
How
once
did that
talked
make you
out of
feel?
character as Zilk without this voice. I was fine. I'm literally, the way I make my money outside of Twitch is by recording audiobooks and that stuff, so I'm used to using weird voices all the time.
Oh, so it's easy. It'd just be like practice then for you.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to get into like proper voice acting, because audiobooks are boring. I don't like them.
Yeah, I can
They're
imagine
boring
that.
to record because
Yeah.
lots and lots of reading the same book over and over to make it sound perfect.
Oh boy. Things.
Stuff and things.
Yeah, just stuff and things and bloops and bleeps.
Oops and oh crap! I gotta choose my tool proficiencies. Where's the list of tools? These actually matter for artificers, so I actually have to care about this. I actually have to choose important ones.
So everybody is setting by having major questions about their characters.
No, I don't think so. I need to finish my backstory, which is turning into a back essay, but that's okay.
Love that
About
for you.
right. That's about right.
Dio's got to figure out their source of divinity. I mean, I'm curious to hear what they're gonna pick.
I mean, I've already
You've already
got one.
experienced it. God knows, and God has extra work to do.
I mean, I've got most of it set already, Anna.
I know you do, but it's also slightly OP considering it can bring people back from the dead. Based on precedent we've set in the past.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
You'll have to resend that to me because I do not remember.
Yeah,
a damn thing
I
about
will.
it.
Like I said, I gotta finish it a little bit.
The rabbits are coming back.
Return of the
but-
rabbits.
But I think that if nobody has any major questions, I think this is a good time to end stream.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because my DM brain has been shut off for the last hour. But anyway, like I said earlier, July 27th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time will be the first day of this campaign.
Yippee.
I should be back on Tuesday with something. Don't know yet. Don't know what yet. 7:30 Eastern. Trip is going. You said tomorrow, or Trip
Yeah.
is just going.
Trip is just going. Trip is still live. Going to be live for another 7 hours, 6.5 hours today.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Mental.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a day for sure.
Hi, Peyton. Dio will be back Monday with stuff.
Yeah.
I am doing this outro such good service right now.
Yeah.
We've heard worse.
Have we?
Shut up.
I mean,
You
I'm sat
said it.
right here. My outro's
So
Yeah,
what I'm going to do?
Yeah, we
What
have
I'm
actually
going to
heard
do-
worse. I remember Dio's outro. Sorry.
Ouch. I gotta remember how to spell your channel. I am going to send everybody over to watch Trip stream
Trip
for
is-
the next forever and a day.
Trip is trying to finish lunch in between talking to you people out D&D. Then I'm gonna be playing probably Binding of Isaac for a little bit.
Nice.
Doing indies throughout the evening until the stream. The
Yeah.
raid train rather.
Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.